All right, guys, I want to welcome you to DS Domination. We're going to be going over some insane information tonight that's going to help you guys. But right now, we're gonna hang tight and let some more people come on because we've got the numbers are just skyrocketing on here. The numbers are skyrocketing on here. So if you guys can do me a favor, though, if you can hear me, if you can hear my voice, just go ahead and let me know in the questions chat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We got a lot of people on here tonight, guys. I want to welcome a couple people. It's gonna be hard to get to all of you. This is pretty crazy how many people on here. But we got Lori, we got John, we got Danny, Teresa, Paul, Robert, Vicky, and if you guys can just hop on there and let me know where you're from so I can call you out. Sandra Johnson, Buffalo, Missouri. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Troy Agri, what's up, my friend from Charlotte, North Carolina? Jam Jam from the Philippines. We got people from the Philippines on here. This is awesome. John Fairchild from Florida. James from Florida. Patricia from California. Man, we got people from all over the place on here. We got Kendra from Maryland. Welcome to the call. We got Lori from Austin. We got Australia on here. Kevin from Australia. Nice, nice. Teresa from Florida. We got Indiana on here. Catherine, welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. South Carolina. Cheryl from Vermont. We got Jamaica on the line with us. Lancelot, my buddy Lancelot. How you doing, my friend? We got Kenny from Denver. And there's people from all over the place on here. It's going to be an awesome call tonight, guys. You guys are going to see something truly, truly unique from what you've ever seen before. And there's some of you on here who know exactly what I'm talking about. You've been a part of this. You've seen this movement. You've seen what's happening here. You've seen the incomes people are making, and you know what's going on. So we're going to convey that to everybody and really just show you guys how to make an income. Just get money in your pocket starting today. I think you're going to love it. Jeffrey, my friend, we will cover that for sure, for sure. We got Tony from Houston on here. How you doing, Tony? How you doing, my friend? Arlene, good evening. Good evening. James, it's a revolution. Yeah, all right, my friend. All right, we're gonna give it a couple, just another minute or two because we've seriously got so many people just pouring on here. It's kind of crazy, and I want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to see this. I think we owe it to them, so we're gonna give it just another minute or two before we kick this off. Now, for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Kevin Okawan. I'm actually doing this call from Japan, guys. I'm in the United States Air Force stationed overseas. So if we have any military members out here, any retired military members, anyone out here like that, if you could just hop out here and let me know, that'd be awesome. Greg says yes. We got Jeffrey from the USMC. My dad was a Marine, Greg. Jeff, sorry. My dad was a Marine. Mark, retired Navy. Thank you, sir, for your service. Thank you. We got Tim, U.S. Marine Corps. Army for 2 years. Steve. Awesome, awesome. Retired Colonel on the line. This is cool. This is cool. I always like to poll and see who's served our nation because it's such a big percentage, and you don't realize it when you're in the military, but when you start talking to people outside, you notice and you find out that so many people have served. So I love it. Love to hear it. Zelly, I can see you. Definitely. James, retired Army Major. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Army vet, 5 years from Vietnam, Andy. Messiah, U.S. Air Force, 1966. This is amazing how many service members we have on here. Mike, this indeed will be recorded, my friend. All right. Bernie, 7 years retired. This is pretty cool, guys. Now, for those of you who are on here, we're actually gonna kick it off here. We're waiting on one more person I want to see pop in here, but real quick, for those of you who already know what we're gonna go over and what we're gonna teach you, how many of you guys are already making money with what you know we're gonna talk about tonight? We'll just hop in here. I want to see that. Yes. Clarence. So before we even start, guys, Clarence is making money. John's making money. Alia Sala's making money. Heather's making money. Susan, Bruce, Nicholas, Mark, Danny, Venetia. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Cynthia, Lancelot, my friend. Ray is, James is, Ronald is, Diana is, Trent is, Dave is, Nina is, Steve is, Laura is, Brandon, Alex, Audrey, Aaron, Lonnie, Happy McCork. I love that name too. Is that your real name, Happy? Happi? That's awesome. Robert, Pam, Alessandro, Tina, Cecil. Guys, this is crazy. So before we even start, just rattling off names of people on here that are already making money with what you're about to see. Peg, Lucille, Maria, Patrick. This is crazy. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, guys, and I'm going to pull this back up on the webinar later on so you guys can see it. All right, let me see if that special.
Hey everyone, it's Hitesh here.
Hitesh, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm sorry it took me a while to get on here. We're actually getting Roger on as well. He will be on here in just a few minutes. But while talking of the screenshot, instead of wasting time with trying to get the screenshot, let me go ahead and just show you guys what I'm seeing right now. Actually, you should be able to see my screen at this point. You should be able to see the screenshot from GoToWebinar on my screen. And you can actually see the live feed that we are seeing right now. That's actually a screenshot from a minute ago. So you should be able to see that this is the kind of results that people are already getting with the stuff that we're going to be going over tonight. Now, here's what's so different about tonight. We do want you to have some way to make some notes. We want you to get some, maybe get a pad with some, pen or paper, whatever. If you just use some application to make notes, or if you like to make notes on your computer, that's fine. Whatever you use to make notes, you get something that you can actually keep track of things with, because we're going to be going over a lot of different things tonight. And instead of, I'm sure some of you have been on webinars where it's just about, we're just going to talk about stuff. We're going to rile you all up and we're going to say, now go buy something and blah, blah. That's not what's going to happen tonight. What we're going to do is, in about maybe like 2 minutes or so, we're going to have Roger Langell jump on here. Now, Roger has been one of the eBay power sellers, titanium sellers actually, and he did about $1.2 million a year annually for about a decade just with eBay alone. Okay, and now he's actually using a lot of other sources in addition to eBay. He's been able to spin that off into many other different income streams as well. But what we're going to do is we're basically going to get an inside view of exactly what Roger does and exactly what all the people that you see on the screen right now who have been making all this money. There's actually a lot more I can show you in one screenshot. All of these people who are actually making money, they're doing the exact same thing. And this is very, very straightforward. It's very logical. This is not some hidden technique. This is not something about let's trick Google into giving us good rankings. This is not about going out and talking to your friends and families about stuff. This is actually about tapping into the biggest marketplaces online today. Okay, basically in the world today. Okay, as you all know, the online e-commerce side is booming, and that's what's going on. So we're going to learn how to basically take advantage of that. And you're going to see that live. You're going to see exactly what Roger does. You're going to see exactly what all these people are doing. And you'll be able to start copying it right off the bat, okay? So at the end of this webinar, by the end of this webinar, you will have the knowledge on how to do this. And we're also going to expose a bunch of different ways. I'm going to show you exactly how you can spin this off into possibly the biggest income stream that you've been able to create yet. And it's all going to be very transparent. It's going to be very, very open. And what we want to do from your side, what we want from you, is take some notes after you understand what Roger is talking about, and at the same time, be very, very enthusiastic in asking us questions. Make sure you throw your questions in here as we're going through the things. If you have any questions about something you didn't understand what we just covered, go ahead and let us know, and we will try and clarify all of that. Okay, and at the end of this webinar, we're actually going to have an extensive Q&A session. We're going to answer the questions that we have coming in, and that's basically all there is to it. It's actually very, very straightforward. So I'm going to bring on Roger here. I think I hear him now, so he should be on here at this point. And if you're on here, Roger, would you like to say hi to everyone?
I would love that. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Greetings from Charlotte, North Carolina. Give me my screen, please.
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and make Roger the presenter. He's going to walk you through the whole process, and prepare to be enthralled.
Hey, guys. Can you guys check the questions for me? Make sure they can see my screen okay. I'm coming across clear, please.
Yep. If everybody can see an Amazon screen, where you should be able to see Roger on Amazon. Beautiful. We're getting a ton of yeses in here right now. So let's go, Roger. Let's show them how to make some money live.
Okay, fantastic, guys. Again, Roger Langell. I wasn't here for the intro, so I'm sure they bashed me, so I'll get my brag on really quick here. I've been doing this for, nearly 10 years, and I was kind of in a corner, working 80 hours a week, 86 hours a week, and came home and had to do something that, like many of you, trying to get ahead, trying to make some money, some side money is all I was trying to do, and it just kept going, and I smoothed out the process and started selling it for one-on-one coaching, everything else. I didn't know how to bring it to the masses, and these two gentlemen that you met earlier helped me do that. I'm going to show that to you today. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to show you exactly how it works, and I want you to question the process the whole time. I want you to say, can I do that? Is this really possible? And I'll start the questioning period with, can we go to Amazon.com and type in dishes? So I'm on Amazon.com, and I could start with anything. I could start with dishes, dogs, cats, whatever. I'm just getting a starting place, and there's 250,000 dishes right here to choose from. I'm just going to grab the first set of dishes, and what you're going to discover is we're going to actually use Amazon.com as our supplier. So what better supplier than a Fortune 100 company that's publicly traded? And you're going to see how we copy and paste images over to eBay and kind of make a fortune with that. So on the up here in the search bar, I'm just going to type in copy and paste that. I'm just going to add black at the end because I'll get a lot of dishes otherwise. And I'll do a search for that. And all I want you guys to notice here on the screen is that I'm starting with about 30 results, and they have all white backgrounds. Those are indicative of Amazon photos. And you can see some people trying to sell this. Now, I'm not trying to sell this particular set myself. I'm just using it as an example, and I'll click on the title of one of them, and I'll show you what's going on. So this person happened to sell one of those dish sets, but we're not interested in selling this dish set right now. We're interested in seeing how much money we can put in your family's pocket. So I'm going to take a look at his other items, and the first thing I want you to notice is this random person I grabbed is a top-rated seller, okay? He's got 99.1% feedback using this system that you're about to see. So I'm going to click on See Other Items. I think so far everybody can do that. They can go to Amazon and type in something. I typed in dishes. You can pick whatever you want. And come over and search eBay. Now I'm looking at his other listings, and the first thing I'm looking for, guys, girls, is this all white backgrounds? Are these Amazon photos? Are these clearly the supplier's Amazon? And I can see clearly that the supplier is Amazon, all white backgrounds. So I'm going to see if he's making any money and then see if I can make any money. So when I click on this first item here, here's what I'm noticing. He sold 2 of these. They were $88.99 for each sale. Now I scroll down to his description. I'm on eBay, and I'm just going to kind of back check it and go over to Amazon and say, hey, how much did you pay for those? So I'm just back to Amazon now. I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to click go. And I see them right here, $66.95, free shipping. And he sold them for $88. So markup of $22. After some fees, he made about $15 times 2 sold, $30. Now, there's some really important points here because I know you've probably seen a lot of webinars where if you can blink, you're going to win a Ferrari or something. But this is real stuff. And what I want to point out to you is this listing took this person 4 minutes to put up. It'll take you 5 or 6 when you first start, but after a while it'll take you 4 minutes or less, and he made $30. I also want to point out that he's not going to pre-buy these. These aren't going to be in his house. These aren't going to be in his garage. There's going to be zero risk, and I'll explain that to you in a second. Let's do another example. I'm going back to his listings now, and I'm grabbing some sort of saddlebags right here, and you'll see right here he sold 8 of these, $58.99 each. I'm going to scroll down over here, and I'm just going to grab part of his title. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to head back to Amazon. I'm going to say, hey, what'd you pay for those? I'm going to take a look. And here it is right here, $39.50 live. You can go to Amazon and buy them right now, free shipping, 40 bucks we'll say. Sold them $19 markup times 8, about $160, and that listing took him 4 minutes. Okay, so I think you can start to see the money adding up, and I'll just keep going through example after example for you for now. And here's this gas drum here that's $199.99, or fuel pump or something. I'm not too familiar with this type of stuff. Actually, my BMW didn't start yesterday. It's still sitting in the driveway. I can't figure out how to get it started, so I'm not a mechanical type, believe me. So I'll go ahead and I'll start this, and here it is right here, $149.95, free shipping. A markup of $50, sold 6 of them, $300 right there, and that listing took him 4 minutes. Now, what I want to point out to you, I want to dig a little deeper for you. This listing right here, he doesn't own this. It's not in his garage. It's not in his house. He doesn't pre-buy this. He just does research like I'm showing you to do, and he says, all right, there's a market for that. And if you were looking at this, you'd say, hey, there's definitely a market for this at $198. And you could list this for $198 and use the title optimizer I have in place and start looking and out titling this person and having a better title than they have. And then who's going to buy it from who next week? The next person that comes along is going to see you're a little bit cheaper, your title's a little bit better, you're going to have a little less competition, you're going to make a lot more money. So what happens is he takes this description, or she takes this image right here, moves that over to eBay. Then if I scroll down and look at the description right here, and I go back to Amazon, I look at their description over here. If you're considering a fuel transfer pump, I go look at his listing. If you are considering a fuel transfer pump. So what did he do, or she do, she moved this image, this description over to eBay and pocketed $300 for 4 minutes work. I hope a lot of people on here are starting to get excited, because it doesn't get much easier than that. And I can go through sample after sample after example. Here's some sort of patch repair kit. The image isn't coming up right now, but I'll grab part of the title here. It's $22.99. I head over to Amazon.com and I do a search for that and plug that in and paste it in. Click go. And there it is for $11. A markup of about $12. Sold 29 of them. And when I can't do the math, starting to get big, right? So that's another $300. So what I show you, about $1,000, maybe a little less. Now, where do we start from? We started on Amazon. I could have typed in any word: cat, Amazon, whatever, dog, anything. 250,000 results for dishes. About 20 sellers to choose from. We chose one, and there's $1,000 staring at you in the eye in about 5 minutes into this webinar when I hopped on. So what do? You go ahead and out title them and undercut them a little bit. And then when the item sells, here's what happens. Let's say John Smith bought these from you on eBay. Let's say you had them up for sale and John Smith bought them, and John Smith lives in, I don't know, Baltimore, Maryland. All you would do is come over here and add these to your cart. Okay, now you have John Smith's $23. It's in your PayPal account. Congratulations. You come over here, you add this to your cart, and then you're going to sign into your account, and then it asks you where you want to ship it. Amazon says, hey, where do you want to ship this? Guess where you ship it? Not to you. You ship it to John Smith in Baltimore, Maryland. Goes directly to him. You've never touched the product. You never pre-bought the product. You had no risk. All you did was copy and paste the image and the description over to eBay. And when it's sold, shipped it out, and then shipped the other 28 that he sold out, and just keep shipping and shipping and shipping. It takes about 2 minutes to ship a product. So what happens, guys, is even if you make $5 on a listing, and it takes you 4 minutes to list that, that's $75 an hour. That's pretty good money. You know, I kind of reflect back to where I started 10 years ago, and that 86 hours a week, I had part ownership of the restaurant. I paid myself $600. I don't know what that's, $6.50 an hour. So right there, that would have 13 times my income or something like that. And that's what we're talking about right now. And I could come on here, boy, if I knew that you guys were just going to stay on here all night, I could go on eBay and go through item after seller after item till the cows came home. I'll show you a couple more guys that I worked with in the past. On the left side here, I'm going to click on buy seller. I'm going to type in a user ID. BLD304, I'm going to check this completed listings box here. It's going to show me what this guy sold in the last couple weeks. Notice the green items are all sold. This one sold September 2nd at 4:37 p.m. today, 4 hours ago. Notice the all white backgrounds as I scroll through. Sold, 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 sold. You're going to sell it about 65, 70, 75%. And I can go through over and over again. I'll go over and I'll grab another username, advanced, let me reset myself in eBay, advanced search, item by seller. I'll put another one in here for you. Renata 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See if I can find this guy. And as I start going through, here's a phone. I'm not clicking on the top one because it's up for auction. It hasn't ended yet. This is a buy it now. So if I go click on this person's phone set that has just a little bit of time left for it, you see he sold 3 of these so far at $57.50 each. And go ahead and put in the chat for me, if you don't mind, how much you think this phone set cost. Go ahead and throw that in the chat for me. We'll check your answers later on. If anybody nails it, I'll sing a song for you. $57.50 each. Don't go research it. You won't have time. $57.50. He sold these for each. I go over to Amazon and paste that in. I click go. $31. A markup of $26. Now, I know some of your questions, I've been doing this quite some time. One of your questions might be, well, why are they going to pay, why would they pay more on eBay than Amazon? Well, if I open up that chat box, a lot of you guys just answer your same question because you probably didn't know the phone only cost $31. Some of you might have said $99, $89, $79. That's where we live. We realize that everybody doesn't know every price. When you're on The Price is Right, everybody doesn't win the final showcase showdown, do they, with the exact price. Everybody doesn't pick the price exactly. The shirt that you're in, the pants that you're wearing, you didn't get the cheapest price on the planet. Somebody marked it up, who marked it up, who marked it up, who marked it up. You saw it on a coat hanger and you bought it. Well, that's where we're tapping in here. You see, the advent of the internet, nobody knew this, nobody realized this, but it puts everybody in the game. You don't have to own a factory in China. You don't have to own a Walmart. You're just moving along that level of the ability to mark this item up a little more and make some money because you have the ability to tap into supply and demand. You have unlimited supply with the training I show you. You have unlimited demand because a little company was invented called eBay. So this allows you to plug into the supply and demand game with absolutely no overhead, and we've taught thousands of people over my lifetime, over the last 10 years to do it, and certainly since we've started training everybody and put together this training center we have now, it's just exploded. And we're seeing so many people make so much money in here. It's absolutely crazy. And I can go on and on and on. If you haven't seen the proof is in here yet, I'll go down and keep going. I mean, here's some sort of luggage set for $139.40. He sold 2 of these luggage sets here, and I'll head back over to Amazon and see if I can find it. $140 a pop. Go over to Amazon. How much is that luggage set? Do we know? Does anybody on the call know? I don't know. This one right here. Well, there you go. Oh, here we go. $99.99 to $149. You'll see there's multiple colors here. When I click on that black right here, you'll see it's $99.99. Free shipping. He's charging $140, $40 times 2. How would you like to make $80 minus a little bit of fees for 4 minutes work? like think about what you make of your job, and you go in and you see your boss and you're like, how you doing? And your boss doesn't get a chance to say your name, and you clock out in front of him and go, oh, okay, pay me. You know, and then you get to stay at home and watch your family be raised and put time back in your hands. And you know, prior to this webinar, um, my wife was out doing something in the garage, and my kids were playing the driveway, and we're always home together and doing something. And she just said, let's go to dinner someplace. And it wasn't a big deal. There was no thought about stressing over money or getting up for work or anything like that. It's not me bragging, but what you'll understand is when you become free, it's not about Ferraris and yachts, especially, you know, when you get older. I'm 42. It becomes about this freedom. So I matter of factly messaged Hitesh and Kevin, said I got a window to go to dinner with my family. I'm going. And had a great dinner. And I don't have to be up anytime tomorrow. I'll hang out with these cats till 4 o'clock in the morning and go on from there. So what we did is we decided to build out this massive, giant training center that goes way beyond what I've shown you so far, okay? There's different sites. You don't make $10, $15 a sale. You make $50, $100 a sale. And there's different programs that you can do and different levels you can achieve. And we're putting programs in where you can get free money without even doing anything. I mean, they're called CPA offers and stuff like that. But we got so much, but I can't show you all of it myself. I'm going to bring one of these guys out. I'm probably going to bring Kevin out here in a second. I can't show you all of it myself, but what I wanted to show you is, wow, we can change your life, and it's just a matter of understanding that nobody realized that now you're in the game of moving product around, just like the guy was that worked for Walmart, that flew to Japan, picked out a product line, had it flown back in, put it on the shelves. All he did was move product out of China, Japan, wherever, into the U.S., into the Walmart shelves. You're just moving product off the virtual shelves over to eBay. I'm going to show you the system that these guys put together. I've been doing this for 10 years, as I said, but these guys came along and said, we got to bring this to the masses because this is the only program in all of our experience we've seen where the average person can make significant money. And they showed me how to do that, and now we're all partners with this program, DS Domination. I'm going to bring them out right now and see if Kevin's available to talk a little bit more about DS Domination and the levels and things that are involved with that. Kevin, are you here?
I am here, my friend. Send it on over to me.
I got 3 Hiteshes on the screen, buddy.
Go to Kevin.
I think I got it now. We'll call you Kevin.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, guys, so I want to show you around the back office of DS Domination, and then I'm going to kind of break down a couple things for you. This is a test account. We have multiple test accounts that we go through quite often, as you can imagine. But this is the inside of DS Domination, what you'll see inside there. And the number one course that everybody has in the system is called DS Domination Pro. And as you'll see, guys, this is 19 modules of getting you from this webinar, starting out from this webinar and what you just saw, to listing on eBay and getting to a point where you're making substantial income, where you're making enough money to where you can start replacing things like bosses. Okay, so this is DS Domination Pro. And this is our basic course, guys. And then from there, we step it up a notch, and we run you through Elite. Now, Elite is a whole nother animal. Instead of going out to eBay and taking products from eBay or from Amazon and putting them on eBay, now you're going out to the other websites, different websites that are out there that Roger's used for years, that he's tapped into, that you can do the same processes, but they have little idiosyncrasies, little small tweaks that you have to make to be able to use them, and he teaches you how to do that, and this ups the amount of money you can make per listing. And then we get into Unleashed, and Unleashed is a projection of Elite. There's more websites. There's just more in there teaching you how to increase your education. You got to understand that every step of the way, you're upping your education and you're upping the amount of income you can possibly make per listing. I'd say in Pro, when you make a listing, Roger, in Pro, when they're in there and they're making a listing, the average profit per listing that takes them all about 2 minutes is about what, my friend? And we lost Roger. So the average income in here, guys, is about $5 per listing. And then you get up into the elite models and in the unleashed, and you start hitting those 15, those 20, 30, upwards of $100 per listing that you're going to make. So it starts putting a lot more money in your pocket. And then we move through Monopoly. And this, guys, is a game changer. Everything that you've learned up until that point inside of Pro, Elite, and Unleashed, and everything that Roger showed you tonight, Monopoly switches it. It flips the switch to where you're now actually selling on Amazon. And we'll bring him back out here and have him talk a little bit more about that. But in Monopoly, when you're selling on Amazon, there's just, I want you to think of eBay as being Walmart and Monopoly, Amazon being Macy's. Okay, there's more money there. There's less competition. There's higher prices. You can make so much more money there, and it's just an insane switch. And then we get into Market Extreme, guys, and this is something that we're launching in the next 24 hours that gives you just a distinct advantage when it comes to promoting this system, because we actually do have a compensation plan. If you go out there and you start making money in DS Domination, you start making money, what are you going to do? People are going to ask you, how are you making money? Well, I'm selling things on eBay. How are you doing that? Oh, I'm using this thing called DS Domination. And at that point, if you'd like to refer people to the system, you can do so, and you will be heavily compensated for doing that. And this Market Extreme pack helps you do that. It helps you refer people to this site that weren't friends and family, that weren't people that just popped up and wanted to know more about what you were doing. Okay? It helps you market online. So what I want to do with that is kind of step into what kind of compensation plan we do have. But before I do that, I want to kind of recap basically what we do in DS Domination in the
Hey,
pro levels. Go ahead, Hitesh.
yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I just see myself as being muted on there. Before we do that, I just want to answer a couple of questions that have been coming in. Because we're about to switch gears a little bit, I want to go over some of the questions, and I wanted to explain something a little bit internal to DS Domination and what the key idea behind this is. The reason why we have this broken down into steps, into Pro, Elite, Unleashed, and so on and so forth. There's a very important reason why it's broken down like that. Okay, Pro is for those who have never ever done anything with this, right? And they're just starting to do that. Okay, so Pro is all about if you don't even know how to sell on eBay, you've never sold on eBay, anything like that, you don't know about drop shipping at all. This is all about helping you set up your account, figure out if you're international, what to do if you're an international user, and we're primarily going to focus on Amazon, okay, as our supplier. Let me go ahead and really make myself present real quick so I can show this on my screen quickly. So
Awesome.
can you guys see my screen here? Okay. Okay, now this is the classic idea of all businesses. Okay, this is there are really two sides to all business in life. Okay, there's the production side, and there's what we call the marketplace. The marketplace is where you sell something. The production is where something is produced. Okay, so what is the classic? If you had to really boil down all of business into very simple terms, you would basically boil down to buy low, sell high. Okay, that's really the classic business model. That's how you make any money. That's how you generate any profit in any business, whether it's offline, online, wherever. Okay, now what we have done is we've really just flipped this slightly on its head, where what we are doing is we are saying, okay, sell high and then buy low. Okay, that's the whole idea here. So we are first going to actually sell our product, and then we are going to purchase it at a lower price. Now, up until this point in history, technologically, this wasn't possible. Now, in the past 10 years, this has become possible thanks to the technology and what's going on. But there are different ways to do this. Okay, the simplest way is basically where we use the production to be Amazon. Okay, so we use Amazon as our source of product, and then we use eBay as our marketplace. Okay, now the problem with this is that it's very, very easy, which means that a lot more people can do this, and the profit margin, while there, is not as awesome as it can be. The idea with this very basic part, the pro part, is to get you going, is to start generating, $1,000 a month or 1,500 or 2,000, something like that. The idea is to get you paying your bills, get your business self-sufficient, so you are actually in profit right off the bat. Now, our philosophy and our business model is very different from what most other people have. Most of the times when you get on a webinar or somebody's going to tell you about an opportunity, what they're going to do is they're going to first tell you, yeah, you got to go all in. You got to spend all this money. You got to spend thousands of dollars on the company or on promotion and advertising. That's not what we want you to do at all. What we want is the opposite approach, which is we're going to scale up the business and we're going to scale up our expenses only in line with our profits. So we're going to start out very, very low cost. We're going to start out at almost free, really. And we're going to start out with just doing the simplest part, which is Amazon to eBay. And we're going to take the dollar out of that, and we're going to basically turn that into our profit. Okay, so you're right off the bat, you start out in profits. What we're going to do next is now we're going to add in more production centers. Now we have our marketplace known as eBay. We're doing well there, but the profit margin we're making right now is not that awesome as it could be. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a few more production centers, and that's what we do. We have 7 different major production centers that you can use, where now you're also selling products from all of these places. And in many cases, your profit margin is 3 to 4 times as to what it will be with just Amazon and eBay. Okay, that's the purpose of the elite training. You don't want to go there until you've actually mastered, to some extent, just the basic drop shipping part. Okay, so now we have all these additional centers. Then we're going to take it a step further. We're going to say, okay, now we're going to move beyond eBay. We are not going to restrict ourselves to one marketplace. Even though this is a huge marketplace, let's spread out a bit and let's join in and let's throw in another marketplace. So we're going to go ahead and add yet another marketplace. Now, what we have done though is we've been able to find not just places, not just other marketplaces like eBay. What we found is basically entire market networks is what we've come to call them. Now, what these places do is, because everything is all online based, you will be able to connect multiple places at the same time. And again, this is more advanced stuff. And that's why we have broken this down and kept it away from the basic stuff. Because we want you to only get to this once you're ready for the big profits, once you're ready for the big stuff. And at this point, you will probably want your brother or sister or your wife or your children or somebody kind of helping you with this, because at this point, this is going to grow to the point where you will literally have 50 to 100 sales coming in a day. You will literally have 6 figures worth of orders coming in every day. So that's why we have broken this down in a very gradual format. And this is the whole growth. So I'm going to go ahead and circle each of these parts in different colors so you can see what it is. The red right here is Pro. The Elite is this part, which is multiple production centers and eBay. And then we also have multiple market networks now being introduced to that. That's where Unleashed comes in. So Unleashed, I'm going to go ahead and circle in blue. And then finally, what we're going to do is in Monopoly, we're going to take the ultimate step. And now we're actually going to start doing everything at the same time. So now we're not just using Amazon as a production center. We are instead going to become one of the major sellers on Amazon as well. Here's why that is so awesome. As you can imagine, eBay is easy to sell on. What that means is everybody can go and sell stuff on. You're going to get your neighbors selling half-eaten burgers on there. You're going to get your, somebody else down the road selling tripods and cameras and all that kind of stuff. Okay, you find selling all sorts of things on eBay. That's not what happens with Amazon. Amazon is much stricter about what can you sell, how can you sell it, what is your credibility in that. In fact, they go to the extent where they basically demand that you publish certain UPC codes. It's like the barcodes that when you go to grocery stores and you buy stuff, you see this little barcode behind everything, right? It looks kind of disturbing. It basically looks something like, let me go ahead and try. It looks something like this. It has all these lines on it and then has some random numbers on it. It looks a lot better than that, but you get the idea. Basically, Amazon forces you to publish those things, which obviously, as you can imagine, 99% of the world doesn't even know how that's done. So that does a very beautiful thing for us. It drastically reduces competition. So now there's no other people selling stuff on there. You are one of the only people on there, and you're sourcing products. And now you're bringing this the whole circle. And now everything, you're not just selling it on eBay, you're also selling it backwards on Amazon. And between eBay and Amazon, by the way, Google is involved in here as well, just in case you're wondering. We also have a method where Google itself is selling products on our behalf, which is amazing. And we are not paying for PPC. We're not trying to do SEO. We're not trying to build backlinks and all that stuff, in case you're familiar with that. What's going on at this point is total domination. Okay, that's the idea behind. That's why we call it DS domination, dropship domination. At this point, you're entirely dominating, and you can basically. I know people who have created 7-8 figure businesses centered around just one or two products, because that's how big the market is. That's how big the demand is now. And so now you have basically complete control over the marketplace in many ways. You can go out there. You can start scaling up to levels that you did not even think you would. I'll actually give you one example. A particular gentleman that I know, that we've been working with for a while now, he actually started doing this. He started selling on eBay, basically buying stuff from garage sales and stuff. Today, his business grosses about $25 million a year, and it's primarily done with eBay. So there's almost no limit here. And here's what I wanted to understand in all of the stuff that I just talked about, all the complexities and all the beautiful stuff that I mentioned. At no point are you actually spending money out of pocket. You're buying stuff only after you've already received payments for it, so you know that you're going to be in profit. You're selling high first, then you're buying low. You're nowhere are you building websites. Nowhere are you trying to rank them. You're not trying to build backlinks. You're not trying to compete with other people. You're not trying to become a salesperson. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You're basically doing the simplest thing of them all, which is leveraging the power of Amazon, eBay, Google, all of these places, letting them handle all of that work on your behalf. So I wanted to explain what's going on with each of these steps before Kevin went into explaining how we structured this and why we structured in certain fashions. So Kevin, if you want to go ahead now, make yourself the presenter and explain what the different levels are, what they cost, and why they actually cost you nothing out of pocket even, thanks to the cash out offers and stuff. So basically, I'm going to have Kevin go ahead and now continue explaining that. And hopefully I've answered a lot of the questions, because a lot of the questions that we were just getting were about, well, how does this work? How does that work? What sites can I sell on? What sites can I not sell on? So hopefully I answered some of those questions for you as well. If you have more questions, and I know there are more questions, go ahead and keep typing them in. We are going to cover all of them right after we finish the actual presentation. So we're going to actually answer all of your questions then as well. Okay?
Awesome, awesome. I love when Hitesh does his doodles, guys. I get very excited. I love them. So, again, back inside of DS Domination and kind of how we've structured this for affiliates is kind of where I'm going to go with this, because the overall sense and the overall model here is, in the beginning, copying again from Amazon, going over, putting it on eBay, and then you pocket the money in PayPal. Well, there's a huge distinction out there, and there's a lot of things happening in our industry. For those of you who are on the marketing side, and we're going to answer some eBay questions here in a minute, but I want to talk to the folks out here who are promoters, who are marketers. If you go to Google and you type in 100% commissions, what you've seen in the last year or two is a pop-up of every company out there trying to get in a position to pay their affiliates 100% commissions, right? Because it sounds appealing. People like that. It sounds very appealing for 100% commissions. It gives you the mystique of, oh, I keep 100% of what I sell. Now, we could debate that all day long on whether or not you actually pay that, because a lot of these companies have pass-ups. But at the end of the day, the perception is 100% commissions, so it makes them very appealing. What you don't see out there, guys, is people talking about 175% commissions. So if I were to Google that, I'd come up with 100%, 175% commissions. The only thing you're going to find on this page that is network marketing related or affiliate related is a video, in fact, of DS Domination. Why? Why is that? Because in our business model, when it comes to the affiliate side, what we do in our compensation plan is we pay out, and this is the actual compensation plan, we pay out 75%, a maximum of 75% to our affiliates for the organizations and for the teams that they build within DS Domination. So, and this is the breakdown right here. Your first level, if you refer somebody, you make 50% of what they purchase, okay? And second level's 10, third level's 5th, fourth level's 3, fifth level's 2, and so on. And we have a a bonus down here in 6 through 10 of 1%. So if you add all that up, there's a possible 75% that you can make there. So where's that other 100% come from? Well, when you guys go on Amazon and you find those items and you list them on eBay and you sell them, that money that is generated, that profit, minus the eBay fees, obviously there's eBay fees out there, but you walk away with a profit, and that profit ends up in your PayPal, and it's 100% yours. Okay, and so what we've done is we've made a way that customers can come into DS Domination as a customer, if they want to, and actually make money with the product. Even if they never refer anybody, they're still making that 100% commissions. If they never refer anybody, they're making that, because you can make insane amounts of money. As you've seen so far, the last 38 minutes and 13 seconds, you can make a lot of money with just using the products and services that we have at DS Domination. No other company out there on the internet, can say you can join our company and make money with our product. In fact, they know you can't. They know for a fact you can't. So what they do is they immediately, as soon as you join, they scurry and try to get you to call your friends and talk to your family and turn you into somebody who can generate at least a few leads for their company while they've got you in that first 30 days when you're excited. That's what they do to you. Call your friends, call your family, talk to your mom, make a list of 15 to 25 people that you know, get them on the phone, because they know you won't make money with their product and you'll eventually walk away. With DS Domination, you make money with the product. People don't walk away because they're making money with the training that we teach and the platforms inside of DS Domination. And they're already making 100% commissions before they even sponsor anybody. So when it comes time and they want to and they're ready, they can activate as an affiliate and they can start earning 175% commissions if they build an organization. So that's the model that I wanted to put out for you guys. And I want to see in the chat, does that make sense to you guys? You're keeping 100% of what you sell and you're still just a customer. You'd still be just a customer. Instead of most of the companies where, what do you get, 5% of referring somebody and they're trying to turn you into a salesman? We don't want to turn you into a salesman. That's not comfortable for anybody. Nobody likes that. What we want to do is teach you how to make money with the products so that you're earning 100% commissions even before you ever sponsor anybody. When the time comes and you're making money on eBay and you're making money and money is getting deposited daily into your PayPal account, at that point, it's going to be hard for you not to sponsor somebody, because you're going to start feeling guilty that you don't share it with anybody. And that's where we step in and we help you get that 175% commissions. So this is what I want to go over with you guys. And
Hey,
I want to open it up. I want to go ahead, Hitesh.
Can we go with the cost offsetting model real quick?
I'm
And
setting it
explain
up right
something.
now.
Actually, if you want, if you don't mind, I can maybe do another doodle. And
Oh yeah, I was going to do a doodle. I'm looking forward to your doodles.
okay.
So
Well,
let's see.
let me go
Grab
ahead
it back for me because there's two Hitashes in here. All right, guys, we're going to get something. There's something that we came up with on a webinar we had with some of our leaders, some of our massive leaders, and there was 78 of the best internet marketers out there, and we were going over this, and Hitesh came up with this amazing concept that you guys are about to see right here. This right here is, if nothing else was worth being here, if all the money you can make in eBay and all the money you can make inside of DS Domination and the way that you can change your life and finally be able to do what Roger said, and you know what, I'm going to go out to dinner with my wife tonight. I'm going to do what I want to do. If all that isn't enough being on here, the fact that we can help you get to that like right now, if that's not enough, wait until you see this.
Hey, Kev, before Hitesh comes out, can I jump on here really quick? Sorry to interrupt, guys. What you're about to see, if you've ever done network marketing, you're going to see we are so far removed from network marketing. What you may not know about me is in every single network marketing company I was in, I was the top recruiter in the whole history of the company, including the billion-dollar company Visalis. So if you've ever done any network marketing, trust me, this is so far removed because of what you're about to see here. If you understand this, and you'll understand if it gives you 5 minutes of your time, it'll blow you away in the sense that it makes. So I just want to set that up, and Hitesh, if you want to take us away, that'd be great.
Yes, sure, sure. Well, actually, I was going to begin by asking, I'm assuming almost everybody on the call, we have hundreds of people on the call, literally. Um, Almost everybody has some experience with either network marketing or with affiliate marketing. And if you have any experience with that, go ahead and post in chat that yes, I have some experience with that. And that way, at least I know, yep, there we go. So literally hundreds of people on the call, and I'm assuming that almost every single one has, because I'm seeing hundreds of yeses coming in right now. But let me go ahead and explain this. Okay, so I just showed you this whole diagram earlier, and I explained that this is all the beauty that's going on. At no point in this whole structure, when I explained it, did you hear about anybody recruiting anyone or signing somebody up for something or anything like that, right? All of this talk was just about generating pure profits, just as an individual person running your business with DS Domination. There was nothing about anything related to MLM side. Now, here's what's happening though. Let me do one of those classic beautiful scenes like you would see in Inception or something. So I'm going to zoom out of here, and you're going to see what's happening is that this is everything that the customer does. Okay, so all the stuff that I explained before, this is what a customer of DS Domination does. Okay, and that's how a customer of DS Domination generates a profit. That's how they generate a business for themselves. Now, this is the classic concept of all offline businesses, of all affiliate marketing and all network marketing. You have three basically players when it comes to a network marketing company or an affiliate marketing company, anything like that. What you have is a customer who is going to purchase a product from a company which produces the product. And then you have the affiliate who is going to refer the customer to the company. Okay, so does that make sense? The affiliate, or the guy advertising, he's the guy who goes out and he gets a customer and he sends the customer to the company. Okay, the customer spends some of his money. I'm going to put that in red because he's spending this money. He spends that money, the red dollar sign, he sends that to the company. The company sends some of the commission out of that to the affiliate. I'm going to put that in green. So the affiliate made some profit. Okay, so the affiliate made some money by referring a customer to the company. Now, what happens is, the reason statistically all companies fail, and not just statistically, but by design, the reason all of these traditional MLM companies of the style fail is actually very, very straightforward. It's a very simple mathematical principle. If the customer cannot actually generate an income for himself, the customer will eventually drop out, which means the affiliate's income will go away, because the moment the customer stops sending this to the company stops sending this to the affiliate, and the affiliate will have no more source of income either. Okay, now because of this, all companies by design fail, because the customer does not generate an income. In fact, what they try to do is, the moment a customer comes into the company, the moment a customer purchases a product, their first attempt is to convert the customer into an affiliate. So what they'll try and do is, they'll tell the customer, go out and contact your friends and family, go out and make a list of all the people you know, and then do three-way calls with this guy or that guy. They'll hook you up with some leader, and so on and so forth. And that's not what a customer wants. That's not what anybody really wants. I don't think that's what 90% of affiliates want to do. So the reason most people come to hate this kind of a business model is because this customer is now being forced to become an affiliate, because the only way, the company knows, the only way that they can keep the customer is if they can get this customer to refer 2 or 3 other customers. And now this customer is going to have to stay in the company because he's generating some income. You know that that is not going to work. Okay, you know that that's not going to happen, because if mathematically you keep growing this, eventually you run out of people, right? Eventually you run out of people. But in fact, the reality is, you're never going to have 100% conversion rate. So it's going to come to an end very, very quickly. Most people will not succeed with this. And because of that, most affiliates will also fail. Now, here's why DS Domination becomes so very different. What we have is basically what we have come to call the COM, which is the cost offset model. Now, why would a customer choose to stay with DS Domination? It's actually very straightforward, because the customer is doing this whole thing up here, right? And the customer is actually generating a lot of dollars with that, right? The customer is actually generating more than $20 in his first hour in DS Domination. So the customer is never going to hesitate for sticking around with DS Domination, and therefore the affiliate is going to keep generating the income that he's receiving from the company. So here's the bottom line. Here's how the mathematical sense behind this works. If the green dollar is greater than the red dollar, then COM is active, the cost offset model is active, and the affiliate will generate income in perpetuity, which means forever. It's just a fancy word for saying forever. It makes me sound smart, so I like to say that. But this is what's going on here. DS Domination is literally the only business that exists today where the green dollar for the customer is greater than the red dollar that the customer takes on. And all of you right now on this webinar already know that. How many of you on this webinar saw at least 10 products just in the initial presentation that Roger showed you? How many of you saw at least 10 products where you could make a profit margin? If you just did that, if you just did it with 10 products and you made an average of $10 profit, you would have made up the cost of the entire DS Domination system right off the bat without ever recruiting anyone, without referring anyone, without doing anything like that. In fact, you could have actually done that without ever making a single sale on eBay with the cash out offers that we have, which I'm going to have Kevin show in a moment as well. There's cash out offers that we are making available for you, where when somebody becomes a customer, in their first 15 minutes or so, they will be able to actually recoup the cost and actually make a profit without even selling a single item on eBay ever. Okay. Now, if that doesn't sound awesome, I don't know what else ever would. The customer who joins DS Domination makes their money back within the first 15 minutes. Why would they ever quit? They have no reason to quit. In fact, what they're going to do is they're going to start doing it literally 24 to 48 hours later. They're going to go ahead and upgrade to Elite. They're going to say, you know what, I really want to get into the bigger money now. Let's go to Elite because I'm already making money using Pro. And then from Elite, they're going to jump on to Unleash and on to Monopoly. And here's the funny thing. We actually have numbers to back that up now. So in the past week, actually 8 days, we have seen roughly 28% of the people who bought Pro have already upgraded to Elite, and a lot more who are going to. That's just in the first 8 days, by the way. Okay, 28% have already gone from purchasing Pro to purchasing Elite. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. People who are using Elite, out of those, and this is again just in the first 8 days, without all of the follow-up in place and all that stuff, just in the first 8 days, out of those people from Elite, roughly 40% have gone on and purchased Unleashed because they are doing that well. And out of the Unleashed, about 50% have taken Monopoly. I mean, that's ridiculous numbers right there. And that's the complete opposite of what you see in 90% of the companies. What you see is vast numbers of people join at the basic level, and most of them will drop out because they're going to try it for a month, and here's what's going to happen the first month. They're going to be hammered by everybody. And everybody's going to tell them, you need to go post on Facebook. You need to go post on Craigslist. You need to go send out emails. You need to go talk to your neighbors. You need to go hold some parties because they are trying to get this customer to convert into an affiliate so they can get them to stick. It's a horrible business model. It treats people like numbers. It treats people like cattle, and it's disgusting. And if you notice something, when I was explaining this whole thing to you guys right at the beginning, when I was explaining this, I was very clear that we want you to do this step by step. On this webinar, my aim is not to get you to spend $1,000 with us. I don't want that. Instead, my aim is for you to see the basic simple power behind, let me take some products and using arbitrage, generate an income, just using the biggest marketplaces that are out there. That's all I want you to see. If you see that and you start doing that, it's just a matter of time before you start going up the ladder in DS Domination. You start getting the higher price product because you're actually making the money for it. I don't want you to spend the money. I want you to earn the money and then use that money wisely to grow your business. And that's the complete opposite approach. And I'm sure most of you at this point are already like, man, this is a very, very different webinar. Most of the webinars, the company owners are basically telling us how the only way to succeed is for you to spend all your money and go all in and make it impossible for you not to fail. That's complete nonsense. That's all mind games. That's all psychological tricks. The reality is, if you want to run a proper business, you would never ever go to somebody. Imagine somebody comes to you, says, hey, I want you to invest in my business. And you say, well, what's your plan? He says, well, I'm going to take $100,000. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I'm going to spend it all because I'm going to go all in and I'm going to buy a nice building and a nice office. I'm going to hire all these people. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but that's what I'm going to do first. You're going to say, that's ridiculous. That's not a business plan. That's destined for failure right off the bat. And that's exactly what majority of these companies and majority of the affiliates, unfortunately, are trying to get the average person to do. And that's why DS Domination is all about, we want to create freedom for the average person. let the average person make their choice to do this themselves, let them generate the income, and then let them upgrade using the income they're generating. Okay, so let me put this in a much simpler perspective. The pro version of DS Domination, okay, so DS Domination Pro costs $19.95 a month. Okay, that's it. It doesn't cost $1,000. That's 1 or 2 sales on eBay before you have that back. Okay, and like I said, we actually have some cash out offers, which Kevin is going to explain in a few minutes, which you can have that money back in your first half an hour in the company. Okay, in the first half an hour of joining DS Domination, you can actually make that back. That's ridiculously cheap. There's really no reason why you could not make that back. So over here, when we put this in red, when we plug it into our cost offset model, this is what the customer is paying. This is what, if you are a customer of DS Domination, this is what you're paying to the company. And what we do in turn is we go out and we say to the affiliates, we are going to take 75% of this and we're going to pay out in commissions to our affiliates. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pay out roughly $15 out of that in commissions to our affiliates. Okay, so this is very, very profitable for the customer, and it's very, very profitable for the affiliate, right? This is why this is something that keeps running in perpetuity. Now, no longer are we restricted. The only way traditionally an affiliate makes money is when the customer spends money. Now we have flipped it on its head. Now the affiliate makes money when the customer makes money. So now the success of the customer means more success for the affiliate, and success for the affiliate lies in the customer doing well. So now it doesn't turn into a little sales pitch fest where everybody's trying to sell everyone. This turns into a, hey, let's work together and make sure that everybody's actually succeeding. So the average person who comes in here uses this whole model, starts generating an income. All they need to do is generate more than $19 in their first month, which is like, it's inconceivable that they wouldn't do it. It's literally inconceivable. You guys just saw live how you could do that just using Amazon and eBay in a few minutes. Right? So that's inconceivable that somebody would not make 20 bucks in their first month. Now, what's going to happen though is majority of the time they're going to make a lot more than 20 bucks. They're going to say, all right, let's move on to the big leagues. What else can I do? Let's look at DST Elite. Okay, now DST Elite is $99 a month. Okay, now this is, again, there's another reason. Let me clarify why this is a monthly thing. First of all, you don't just get this training. There's actually some very advanced software that you get with this as well. You basically get a whole platform that does the research for you, does all that kind of awesome stuff for you. We're going to show that here in, going forward in different webinars and stuff as well. And what you also get with this though is that we're constantly updating all of our information, and we're constantly doing webinars. We just did a pro webinar a few days back just to give extra training to all the pro members. We are doing an elite webinar in a few days just to give extra training to all the elite members, and so on and so forth. This is a living thing. People love it. We have very, very happy customers in that alone. But again, you can imagine $99 a month is nothing, because that's literally 2 or 3 sales with the new sources that we reveal. So these elite sources right here, I'm going to mark these right here. All these elite sources that we cover in elite training, that's literally 3 sales, and the person has now made their elite membership cost back. And then they move on and they go to the DST Unleashed level. Okay, so now they go to DST Unleashed. They say, all right, let's now try to scale this up and automate it a little bit more. That's the whole emphasis of DST Unleashed, which is scale it up a bit more and let's automate it a little bit more. And that one costs $249 one time. Okay, which now at this point is maybe 3 sales that person has had to make. Now, let me tell you from experience, and actually we will actually prove this, because there's people on this webinar right now who have already been doing this, and in their first 7 to 8 days they've already made more than this in profit in their first 7 days with all of this combined, just using Pro. Okay, so then you have Unleashed, people get that, and then finally we have DST Monopoly, which, like I explained, is when you are now tapping into all of these things at the same time, and that costs $499 one time. Okay, now all of these costs in a traditional business are very, very heavy, and I would hate to ever go to somebody and say, spend this kind of money for no reason. In this case, it's different because this is a gradual scale. You start at Pro and you start generating an income, and then you get Elite. When you start generating more income, then you get Unleashed, and then you get Monopoly. And at every single one of these steps, at no point is the affiliate trying to convince the customer to spend more money. At no point are you becoming a salesperson trying to get your parent or getting your relative or your friend to spend money with us, because that's not what's happening here. All you have done is really done them a huge service by introducing them to DST Pro, which is $19 a month. It's 20 bucks a month. They've already made their money back in the first few minutes, and the rest of it is happening on autopilot. Like I said, Nearly 30% are getting this, nearly 40% will get this, nearly half of them have gotten this, and that's just our first 8 days in. Okay, so it's really ridiculous how this is growing already. Now, here's the beauty of behind all of this. At all of this, we are actually paying out 75% in commissions to affiliates. Okay, so all of these are actually going out in 75% commissions to the affiliates, starting out at 50% on tier one. Okay, so what does 50% on tier one mean? That means that if you are an affiliate and you have two people who purchase DST Pro, then you are basically making $20 a month on that in perpetuity. Now you've just created a $20 a month income, which means if it's covering your cost for purchasing DS Domination Pro already. Okay, so if you bought Pro and you made 2 sales, that's covering your cost. Plus, you're getting money from eBay. Plus, you're getting money from all these other sources. Plus, you're getting money from CPA offers. So it's basically there's no way that this is not a profitable thing for you. Okay, same thing happens with DST Elite. 50% commission goes on tier one, and then we have additional 25% across the next 9 tiers. And here is why those other 9 tiers add up so quickly. This is a truly viral thing. Okay, it's truly viral because, like I said, we have the COM thing going here. We have the cost offset model. So all these customers who hate being pushed into becoming affiliates, who traditional companies try to turn into affiliates and salespersons, none of these people are actually ever going to do that themselves. Here's what we are seeing happening right now. Person comes in very skeptical. They spend their $19.95 on Pro. They start using it. They make 3 sales on eBay their first day or two. They go out on Facebook and they start posting saying, I can't believe this is happening. I just made my first sales on eBay. Now, because this is eBay and everybody knows about it, and it's Amazon, everybody's heard about it, there is no skepticism from other people. Other people are like, oh, that's awesome. Show me how you're doing it. And they say, oh, I'm using the platform called DS Domination. And that's the viral growth that we are seeing right now. So we have had, about 1,600 sales actually come in the first 8 days. And I can tell you honestly, we have not yet done any internal promotions. We have not done traffic generation. Majority of these are just coming from word of mouth, from people telling other people. And it's really amazing to just see that happening in such a real organic fashion, because this is literally the only time ever where it's the average person who is succeeding. And yes, the big promoter, yes, the affiliates who know how to generate traffic and all that stuff, yes, they're making insane amounts of money already. We actually have a few people who are about to hit 5 figures in first 2 weeks. But that's beyond the point. That's not what excites us. What excites us is that now there are moms and pops and grandmas and grandpas and kids who are coming in here, who are using the training, who are using the software, who are using all of the stuff we have in here to start generating an income pretty much right off the bat. And so this whole thing over here with the costs, and I would love to break down the compensation plan. Look at our compensation plan, how awesome it is. But I really don't think we need to do that, because I think the whole value in this, the whole concept behind this is very, very self-evident once we actually break it down and let people see logically how this is the only thing that works. So that's my whole big spiel on everything. And I'm going to have Kevin take over, and he's going to explain a little bit more about what cash out offers are and how those offset your costs. He's going to talk a little bit more about Market Extreme and how you generate an income using Market Extreme, and how you can use that to actually scale up an online marketing business very quickly without having to know how to generate traffic and all those things. So here you go, Kevin. The screen and keyboard is yours.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep. Yes.
Cool. So one of the things that Hitesh talked about, I mean, I hope you really keyed in on everything he said, because it's just it's insanely impressive what is going on here. And when he said people can get in literally 20 minutes be making money, even before they start listing on eBay, even before any of that happens, they can go to what's called the cash out offers. Okay, and these are updated quite regularly, but what they are is basically they're CPA offers, and a lot of companies out there will pay money to affiliates for referring people, even if they're just filling out a form and getting more information. So what we did is we negotiated with these companies, said, look, we have members that might want to fill these out and take that money and be able to do things with them, like pull that money out and put it right in their bank account, or pay their tuition, make money with your CPA offers. So we've negotiated with these companies, and we got it to where you can come in here, literally go to this cash out offer, and you could select an offer. Let's say this one right here. you could click on that and it says 1,000 kroons, but that's actually $10. Okay, so every 1,000 is $10. So you could literally in the first 5 minutes go click on this, fill out the offer, and make $10 into your system. Okay, you could do that with all these offers. You could select the ones that you want, or you could do that with all of them. So that puts you in a position to where you can literally join. You can literally join, and in 10, 15 minutes later, have made back your 1995 at the pro level, or be in profit filling out these offers. Insane. It's insane.
Okay, Kevin. Clearly, you'll have to spend some time learning Japanese first, though, right?
I am a Japan guy, like I said in the beginning, so mine
yeah.
pop up in Japanese. But if you're in the States, obviously they'll be in English. Okay.
And guys, I go back. These guys have a lot more experience than me, and I didn't understand a lot of computer stuff until recently, and even then, that's questionable. But so they'll say things, and I remember when the first time they said CPA offer to me, I was like, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. So I'm just new enough to it that I can dial that down a little bit if you're still unclear what this is. There's companies out there that feel that if you try their product or fill something out or look at their product, you could potentially become a customer, and they don't just feel that. They have the data on that. Now, you don't have to become a paying customer or a long-term customer or something like that, but they think to themselves, hey, if we show them what we got going on and we pay them a few dollars just to look at it, maybe down the road they'll become one of our customers and buy some stuff from me. And that's all that's going on. So I don't know exactly what that big fish game's at the top. You might go in there and give them your information and play a video game, and they'll give you some money for that, $7.50 or 750, what are called kroon, $7.50, and you play some games, and they might say, hey, do you want to enter a tournament where you pay $5 and the winner gets $20 or something like that? And they know that their numbers dictate if they have X amount of people come into the big fish game thing or whatever offer, some of them are going to want to buy something from them. You don't have to. You can just go in there and fill out some stuff and say, cool, I like your games, give me my money now. So here, and we didn't touch on this, but this is really born out of, we understand the economy, and we understand that, 1995 and generating hundreds of thousands of dollars in a month is amazing. Some people just don't have it. So we put in here right down to the guy that's got $5 in his pocket, or $0 or $1, the ability to come in here and generate some money from nowhere by filling out offers. And it's the best we can do. Despite opening a loan company or something, it is the absolute best we can do to put everybody in the game, and now it's in your hands. Sorry, Kevin, I had to jump in there with my Japanese joke.
No, that's great. Actually, that's good, because we do need to explain this a little clearly to people. There are different types of offers, okay? So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a couple examples so you guys can follow along. There's an example, let's say, with the Discover card, okay, where they say, if you apply for a Discover credit card, we will give you $30 or $35, something like that, in your members area. Okay, now that doesn't cost you anything, but you have to apply for the card and all that stuff. There are other offers where it costs nothing, where you don't have to apply for anything, but something like, hey, can you take a quick survey and tell us, when you saw an ad last time online, did you see a Pepsi logo in it? You fill that stuff out, and you'll get maybe 50 cents. So there's like different types of offers in there. I'll give the ones that we really like are basically that Roger really likes. There are quite a few which are something like, please download our app on your phone and play a game. And when you do that, we're going to give you $5 or $10, something like that. That's the one that Roger already tested with us once. It was fun because he didn't believe that it would work. And once it did, he was pretty. It's fun seeing Roger get kind of awed by stuff. But
it doesn't take much. They put a little color circle in front of me, and it mesmerizes me. I'm sorry, back to you.
We give him a page. It says turnover on both sides, and it just keeps him busy. But what we did is we also found some other offers. Now, let's say, major companies like Netflix and things like that. And what these companies do is they say, hey, if you find somebody who will be willing to try our service for $7, we'll give you a $20 commission. Okay, that's the kind of stuff that Netflix, for example, does. So what we do is instead we say, hey, okay, if if you want to go ahead and try out Netflix for $7, we'll go ahead and put $20 in your account as well. It's basically we are basically giving you the money that these companies are already spending in marketing. So we're actually going behind the scenes and pulling out even more cash from these places and giving that to you as well to offset all of your costs in business. And I don't know if anybody else who does that, and I don't know if anybody else who even wants to do that necessarily, because most companies, they need every bit of money that they can get because it's only a matter of time before they collapse. With us, it's the opposite. We know that the more we keep giving to our members, the better it is because they are running a profitable business with DS Domination, regardless of promotions. So that's why we are able to do all that stuff. Now, if you're already a member of DS Domination, if you're going to join today, you won't see the cash out offers immediately in your members area. Okay, what's happening is we're negotiating all these terms and lots of things with these companies, and in the next 48 hours, it's going to start appearing in different members' accounts depending on where you're located. Like in the US, it's going to start showing much sooner than anybody else. But everybody's going to see this, and it's going to be available starting at pro level. And so if you're a pro member, you'll be able to see that. And I'm actually trying to work out one more thing here where people are going to be able to pay for their membership with the money that they earn in here. Okay, so let's say you get somebody who's literally just dead broke. They're like, I'm sorry, I have no money, but I so need help. You can actually bring them in here. They'll be able to fill out some offers, get their $20 from the offers, use the $20 to pay for the membership, all within this panel, all within the members area. And here's the fun part. You will still actually get a commission on it. Even though they spent $0 with the company, you will still actually get a $10 commission on it. And I don't know how much better to get for an affiliate, you know.
Wow.
It's like, hey, I'm making money even though it's free stuff, even though this guy didn't spend any money. Because again, you know, it goes back to how I explained it before. We know that we as a company have all these ways of generating an income, and we know the customer has all these ways of generating an income. So it doesn't hurt us to reward the affiliate for it. So the affiliates actually will be able to get commissions regardless of if the customer actually spent that money or not. So again, it's just awesome stuff like that. But there's something else that you'll also be able to do. You'll be able to use the money from the cash out offers. You'll also be able to use the money that you earn from commissions, and you'll be able to use that to actually purchase traffic or purchase leads. So if you're somebody who really wants to promote, and you're like, you know, I really want to promote, go ahead, Activate Legion, go to the Activate Legion page, Kevin. Here's what you'll be able to do basically. You will come in here and you will say, yeah, here is my affiliate username. I would like, let's say that your balance from the cash out offers and your commissions is 500 or 10 or 5 or whatever. You'll put your username in there and you will say, I want 15 leads, please, or I want to generate 30 leads or whatever. And that's it. You'll click on Create Lead Generator. It's going to give you your link. And now we will go out and we will actually advertise on your behalf and generate the traffic and leads for you. And here's the fun thing. If you go scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see a bunch of test accounts in there, but scroll all the way to the bottom, Kevin. And you're going to see at the very bottom, it asks you for a gateway. You can use GetResponse or Aweber. We're adding a lot more of the companies as well in there. But what this will let you do is it'll also let you generate your own list. So we'll actually do the advertising and we'll also build your list on your behalf. So all these leads go in and we'll also give you the follow-up emails. So you just put the follow-up emails in. And if you're a marketer and you really want to market this, you can basically do that on a hands-free basis. Now you're building your list. We are building your list for you, and all that good stuff is happening on complete autopilot. And the money you're using for this is not coming out of your pocket. It's coming from the commissions, or it's coming from the CPA offers you've done, or you know, if you're really feeling like going big, then you can be doing your eBay sales and using the money from that to do all the advertising. The whole point being, neither the affiliate nor the customer should have to constantly spend money out of their pocket. And that's what we have done here. We don't want you to waste money out of your pocket. We don't want you to experiment with money out of your pocket. That money is for you and your family. And always keep that for you and your family. Never do something that's going to risk your family's well-being, which unfortunately is what I see a lot of times happening now, where people are being told, buy our $2,000 package, buy our $3,500 package, and that'll prove that you've gone all in, and that'll prove that you're really a big shot, or you're whatever, you know, some word to build up your ego, and you are who you are, and now this is going to work for you. We don't want to do that. We want you to do this in a very sustained, logical, sensible way. And you know, here's the fun thing. Doing it in a logical, sensible way is going to make you a lot more money in a lot shorter time, because you're not going to be wasting your time in psychobabble and reciting little chants and mantras to yourself. It's going to be actually just focused on, here's the training, here's the software, let me follow these steps, let me generate my income, let me get my traffic going. And now you have affiliate income coming in, you have CPA income coming in, you have eBay income coming in, you have monopoly level income coming in. And it's just that simple if you just follow the steps in here. And again, it's simple with us because we are the only ones who can do this. It's not so simple in every other business out there, but this is, to me, outrageous that other companies have never attempted this. I guess they're happy to just milk the cash cow out there. For us, this is the most sustainable and the most awesome thing that we could build. So that's what we've done. So all that aside, at this point, let's we can go over some questions. Let's go over some of the affiliate things. I know we had some questions come in about what we can do in terms of affiliate basis, like what are the conditions to be an active affiliate? How do we start building an income as an affiliate? So Kevin, if you want to open up the affiliate compensation plan, let me explain. It's actually very, very simple. There are no fangled compensation plans here. Our compensation plan is very straightforward, and the conditions are very straightforward. There are basically just two conditions. To be an affiliate, you have to activate yourself as an affiliate. Okay, the activation as an affiliate is a separate affiliate center. That's $9 a month. That's $9.95 a month. That's separate. That is not commissionable. That is nothing like that. It's just for affiliates, and we have to do that for two reasons. One, that covers a lot of the processing costs and all of those things. We don't pass all of the processing costs on to you. We don't pass all the fees on to you. We cover all of that on your behalf. So this helps offset that for us. And also this creates a very clear legal distinction between a customer and an affiliate. We need to have a legal distinction between a customer and an affiliate. You do not need to pay $9.95 a month if you're just going to be using the training and building an income using CPA offers, building an income using Amazon and eBay and all that stuff. You don't need to pay it for that. But if you want to promote it and you want to actively go out there and start building the company, then you need to pay that. We are very clear and upfront about it. That's actually much lower than vast majority of the companies out there. Most companies will trick you. What they'll say is, buy our starter kit or buy our beginner pack or something like that, and they actually put in a huge cost for affiliates in there. We like to be very clear and upfront that this is for affiliates and this is separate. The other condition is that you must own the product that you're receiving the commission on. Okay, so if you are a pro member, you will earn commissions on all the pro members. If you're an elite member, you will earn all the commission on all the elite members you refer. But we don't do the pass-up of sale thing. So I want to clarify that part. I know that you're familiar with companies out there that do what are called pass-ups of sale. So let's say that I'm a pro member and I refer Kevin. Kevin joins and he joins elite as well. I won't get the commission on elite for that month, but if down the road I become an elite member, I will start receiving the commission on the elite from Kevin. Okay, so you're not going to pass up the sale and lose it permanently. You're just not going to receive the commission on that for that time period when you're not an active affiliate. Okay, so that's very, very easy as well. We are actually going to be simplifying this a little bit more even beyond this, and we're going to clarify this even more than that, and we're going to put this out for everybody to see. You can consult this whenever you want within the next 24 hours as well. And now with Unleashed and Monopoly and as well as Market Extreme, those are all going to be one-time products. They are going to have a one-time cost. And again, the same thing, you have to own it except for Market Extreme. You don't have to own Market Extreme to receive commissions on that. So if you don't have Market Extreme, you don't see that featured in here yet because Market Extreme will be released. We're going to launch that in the next day and a half. So you guys are going to then be able to see that reflected in here as well. But the bottom line here is what I'm trying to explain is that we are very, very simple to understand. This is very clear. There is no fancy schmancy stuff going on. If you refer 30 people and those 30 people go ahead and refer 2 and the first one passes up to you and the 6th one passes up to you and then those 12 go out, none of that stuff is going to happen. It's a very straightforward affiliate program. You generate a sale, you get the commission as long as you qualify for it. If you don't qualify for it, when you qualify for it, you will start receiving it. Okay, so it's literally that straightforward. I see a couple of questions in here about how frequently you guys get paid. Okay, we just started out, like I said, we just this morning, like at 1 a.m., we came out of the beta mode. So we have just gone live this morning. You guys are some of the first people who are seeing this live right now. And just to explain this to you, when I say that we've just gone live, that doesn't mean we're untested. In the past 1 week, I think the total revenue from DS Domination is in excess of $200,000 already. We have been growing dramatically fast. We have no bugs and issues currently that are creating any problems. We fixed all of those right away in our first 2 days of the beta launch. We have been actually seeing the eBay training do really well for people for the past few months. So we are very, very well tested. We have done this over a long period of time. You're not going to be guinea pigs for this. You are going to get a lot of benefits out of that because you'll be the first people on the scene. You'll be able to do a lot of things that other people are not even aware of. And while they are busy selling, I don't know, weight loss pills and supplements to people who don't want them, you will be able to succeed with something that's very real, that's grounded in real e-commerce, that's grounded in real marketplaces out there today, and you can succeed with that. Okay, so at this point, are there any other questions? Is anybody confused about what's going on in here?
I got a question for the audience. First, I've never seen a webinar, and this is honestly, when you get to know me, I don't usually watch webinars, but I've never seen one that I'm gonna go back and watch, at least not for those doodles and understanding of what we have our hands on. So I kind of have a question for everybody out there. Can you throw into the chat box for me, because this does me a world of good. If you've used this system and have made sales and made money, you know, just I sold a product, made this, I sold 20 and made this, I did this in the first week. Can you throw that into the chat for me and let me know, so I can kind of show off to my wife later tonight, if you've had success using this system so far? I sure would appreciate that. Just throw that into the chat box. That'd be amazing.
Awesome. Look at these all roll in. Kevin, do you want to take a screenshot as well? I'm going to take a screenshot here.
Yeah, I'm taking a screenshot. This is crazy.
This is my favorite stuff.
Yes, let me go ahead and post this here. Everybody can see this. Here, let me make myself the presenter.
Go ahead.
Okay, guys, can you see this? I'm posting this in real time, so you can see what's going on. If you can see on my screen, that's all the people just on this webinar alone who have already been generating an income with this in the past, 7 days. And it's just, to me, that's the best part. Like I said before, here's the fun thing here. This is not one of those webinars where we are trying to prove to you that you should go promote DS Domination. Okay, let's be very clear about that. These are people who are generating an income using the product. These are not people generating an income by selling DS Domination. Now, if you wanted evidence of that, we have a ton of those people as well. We can show you some other people who have been making an incredible income. I mean, there are people who are in 4 figures already in their first 7 days promoting this. But we are actually talking about just the people who have been generating an income using this webinar. People who have never, ever wanted to become salespeople, and they're doing this well with it. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and update the screenshot. So you guys see that one? Let me upgrade this again.
Now, for any of you guys who have been in network marketing or any kind of companies out there, I know this is totally different, but anyone who's been in a network marketing company and you've had a big downline or you've been involved in big teams, how many people around you or in your teams were making money? I guarantee you, if you had 1,000 people in your downline in network marketing at traditional companies, you would not even have this success. Just this one screenshot.
Well, look at this right here from Cheryl. I know almost a dozen people making a living with eBay, and I've made over 603 days. Wow. Made just a $10 sale today. 9 sales today for Kendra. Jing just made a $10 sale today. Made money with only 10 listings in 2 days from Kevin. This is the stuff that's so awesome. Let me answer this question because I just saw this. Can we use QR codes in place of barcodes? No, you cannot. They actually want a UPC code. You have to have a UPC code. And let me talk about it just a little bit, because that's one of those technical things that people are kind of like, what does that even mean and so on. When you go to grocery stores, you see that little barcode in the back. That barcode is just an electronic representation of a number, of a 12-digit number called a UPC code that's used to track every product that is sold electronically like that. Amazon requires you to have that. Now, the only way to get that in the real world right now, the only way to get that is there's actually one non-profit company out of UK that issues those. You have to prove that you're producing a product, yet you're a manufacturer, You send them your information. They issue a code to you based on the type of business, based on your manufacturing stuff, and then they issue a formula to you so you can produce more of those codes for your products. As you can imagine, it costs hundreds of dollars and tens of hours of paperwork and all that stuff to be able to get those UPC codes. Now, what we've been able to do is, and we were just working on this earlier today, we will be able to make those UPC codes available to our members in the back office. So you'll, instead of spending hundreds of dollars to buy UPC codes or set up a UPC code generation company or something like that, you'll be able to buy it just from your members area in DS Domination. And we're actually trying to get them available to you for less than $5 each. We're actually shooting for even significantly lower cost than that. So instead of being a firm that needs to have spent hundreds of dollars to be able to sell on Amazon, you'll be able to become that for $5-6. And now imagine, nobody else can do that except DS Domination members. So that right there is worth far more than the cost of Monopoly altogether. But you guys are basically going to get that as a benefit. And again, that's just because we are so focused on trying to make this work for everybody involved. We just want everybody to succeed with this. So we're not going to stop. I mean, this is going to keep getting better and better and better all the time. Made $15 for 20 minutes of work, made a great sale as a pro member, sold a 32-inch TV for $297, cost was $248 with free shipping, so he just made $50 right there, actually $49. Made $1,567 with the affiliate program in the first week, plus hundreds more with eBay. Okay, nobody really has results like this. No company is ever going to show you a live feed of their webinar because usually it's people yelling and screaming at them.
Yeah, it is people complaining. Not only we see these successes, but if they showed them, you'd see, yeah, this is blah, blah. I mean, it's so streamlined and smooth. You'll never get a shot like this for sure.
Yep. There's actually people who are posting in names of companies that they've come from. They're like, I never made money there. I'm not going to name names, obviously. But it's really, really.
We feel your frustration, guys. In those companies. On a side note, we feel your frustration. We've been leaders in those companies in the past, and while a lot of those companies are phenomenal companies, you saw the model that Hitesh laid out, and it's just the odds are stacked against you compared to what we got here. So congratulations for being here, though, because now it's smooth sailing for you.
Yep. And actually, here's one very important question. Let me clarify that. Lawrence, okay, so Lawrence had a question. If I'm a pro member and I want to upgrade, I want to buy Monopoly, do I have to go through this ladder? Do I need to buy everything along the way? Do I need to buy Elite? Do I need to buy Unleashed? No, you don't. These are all individual standalone products. These are not things that build up on each other. You could be a pro member and you could buy Monopoly the next day. You don't need to buy the stuff in the middle if you feel like you don't need it. Maybe you're somebody who's like super well versed on selling on eBay, and you're like, you know what, I don't need all of this stuff. I just want to know how to get on Amazon, how to become one of those UPC code sellers there. You can just go ahead and get Monopoly. Or if you're somebody who is going to very specifically be promoting Unleashed, right? Or you're going to very specifically be promoting Elite, you know that's what you're going to be promoting, then you can just go ahead and get the Elite membership or the Unleashed membership and just focus on promoting that. So this is completely in your hands, okay? You have the freedom, you have the choices. We are not going to force you in one way or another. We're not going to get on a webinar and yell at you about, if you are one of those people who has spent at least this much money and bought at least these many products, then we'll talk to you. It's nothing like that. This is all for you. You guys make the decisions, do what's best for your business. We can lay out the guidelines for what we believe is best, and then you're free to, you're welcome to choose to pursue it however you want. And that's what it should be, right? Nobody should be telling you how to run your life. You should have the freedom to make those choices for yourself. And that, like the classic libertarian in me, is going to come out here soon. And I'm going to get into political stuff. So before we go that far, let's have Kevin and Roger cut me off.
All right. Well, let's. You want to take some more questions?
Yes, there's actually lots of questions coming in.
Before we go to the questions, guys, is there a way? I know some people are ready to get started. Is there a way that they can get started if they don't have any questions now?
Let's actually do that quick. Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead and type out the link for everyone now. all of you who are on this webinar, you are either a member of TS Domination or you were invited to the webinar by somebody. Okay. All you guys have to do is, if you look at my screen, I'm going to put this link in the chat box as well. You just have to go to this link, which we're going to put in the chat box right now. So everybody should have now received this link in their chat. You will receive this link, and if you go down, you're going to be able to see your referrers link here. You're going to be able to see who referred you here. If you don't see a referrer here, okay, then you will need to get with the person who did refer you. But if you see a referrer here, that means that's the person who sent you to this webinar. And you can go ahead and sign up, and they will be credited with the sale. And that's how simple it is. So all you guys have to do is just go to dsdomination.com/sign up with a capital U in it. Okay, let me type that out for you. Okay, just visit that link. It's also in your chat box, and you will be able to get started. That's the checkout for the pro membership. You'll create your account, and here's how it's going to happen. You're gonna fill out this information. You're gonna check these two boxes. You're gonna hit on buy now, and it's gonna take you to the checkout page where you're gonna fill out your credit card information and stuff, and you'll instantly become a pro member. Okay. After that, you'll get the option to purchase Elite and the option to purchase Unleashed. You can watch their videos. You can see what it's all about. You can choose to get it. You can choose not to get it if you want to get it later. But that will basically give you the access to the members area. You'll receive an email from us, and you can log in at any time and basically get going. Okay, and in case you were invited on here at last minute with a phone call, or somebody just shared the link for the webinar at the last moment with you, then you need to contact the person who brought you to the webinar. We want to make sure that one, they get credited. Second, you won't be able to sign up without somebody having sent you to the site first. And I mean, that's how straightforward and easy this is. You just need to get with the person who sent you, and that would be it. Okay. If you use this link, the sign up link, if you go to that link, you're going to see your referrer on the lower right here. You'll actually have to check a box saying, I understand so and so is my referrer. Okay, in my case, you see over here it says Diana Hernandez. If you have a person over there that shows clearly you have been referred by this person, you'll be able to see that. Otherwise, it's going to actually show a message to you, and it's going to say, we could not find a valid affiliate for you. Then you need to get with the person who sent you to the webinar, and you can go get it then. And to clarify again, this is for pro. The pro membership costs $19.95 a month. Okay, it'll say very clearly it's a monthly cost. But you don't have any obligations. There are no contracts. You're welcome to cancel anytime you need to. I hardly believe anybody would once they start generating an income from that. So you guys have nothing to worry about there whatsoever. Okay. And if you're actually watching a replay of this webinar, which we will be making this into a replay, and you'll be able to watch a replay. If you're watching a replay of this, then you've already been tagged to the affiliate who sent you here. So just go ahead and click the buy now button, or you'll see a button or a link appear below this replay. Just click on that, and you'll be able to get that as well. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Now let me answer one more question regarding Pro, because a common question is, well, how long does this training with Pro take? How long do I have to go through this? Realistically speaking, if you purchase this now, if you join now, and you go through the process, you could have your first eBay listings up within 1 hour or less. We know people who have done it in less time than that. The videos are not long and drawn out. They are very much Roger style. They're very to the point. They're all about just getting you to take action quickly, and they're really to the point. They are just very easy to follow. The only thing I really suggest personally, as somebody who, when I was introduced to this, I had not sold on eBay before, is I would first watch the videos, go through it once and watch the videos, then go back and then watch the videos and do everything as it happens in the video. That way you're not going to make mistakes, and you'll understand the big picture before you even begin. Okay, so that's my suggestion to you guys, and that would be what I would do.
Awesome. Now, before we get into some questions, guys, for those of you who are on here and you're going through that link right now and you're signing up, hit me up in the chat and let me know that you're signing up. Just toss in there, say, hey, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in. I want to see that because I'm going to send you a welcome message.
Yep, lots of I'm-ins coming in
Catherine,
now.
awesome, awesome. Karen, Edie Smith, Christopher, James, look at this. You guys are awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Ron.
Ironically, this will be your last true Labor Day. There'll be no more labor after this.
Labor, yeah. I was just talking with my wife, and I was like, "This is so funny that there's a holiday named Labor Day. It should be the day people work twice as hard or something." It's kind of weird to me.
Maybe it's for us now. We're taking away the labor, and this is the day we have the webinar to do that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is
They're
insane,
still
guys.
going. I'm in. Awesome.
Yeah, they're still going.
Ooh, yeah.
Wowzers. Yeah, we better make sure that we don't get our processor is able to handle this because we're getting a lot of those right now. Okay.
Dr.
Okay, how do I contact you guys if I have questions? You guys can contact us anytime. If you go to our website, DS Domination, you're going to see on the bottom in the footer is a contact us area. Okay, and you can just contact our support desk there. Now, please only contact it if you have pertinent, relevant thing that you need our help on, because that sometimes takes away from helping people who really, really need help right that moment. But just go to contact us. It's going to show you this, and just go to the member support. You can fill out a ticket, but we also have a knowledge base prepared. So if you guys have any questions about what about my affiliate status, how do I do this, what about the sales tax on eBay, what if I want to ship over here or there, how do I do all that, we have a knowledge base prepared, and you can get all of those questions in there. You can get all of those answers in there. You can see all of the stuff in here already. So, and we're constantly increasing this and constantly making it better as we get more questions in. Okay, you do not need a domain name. You do not need hosting. You do not need to build sites. You do not need to get traffic. You do not need to do anything like that to use the eBay side of things whatsoever. Okay, so question came in about how quickly does DS Domination pay out? Okay, if you're an active affiliate, what's going to happen is you're going to get paid every week from 3 weeks ago. Okay, so we have a 3-week lapse to make sure there is, for any fraudulent purchases that might come in, for any disputes that might come in, for any refund issues, stuff like that. We have a 3-week gap, but you get paid every week for the week from 3 weeks ago. Okay, so you'll get that. And here's what's going to happen with that, guys. Let me show you guys this in the members area. Okay, so what's going to happen is the second you make a sale, it's going to show up here in pending commissions. It's going to, so in real time when sales are coming in, it's going to say here are your pending commissions. 3 weeks later, they're going to move to approved commissions. Okay, so when they have been approved, they'll move to approved commissions. And at that point, you'll be able to transfer them out to your bank account. You'll be able to transfer them with a check or whatever. We're using iPayout for it. So you'll be able to transfer that out using iPayout. At the same time, you'll be able to use your approved commissions to buy traffic or purchase leads or to buy UPC codes. You'll be able to do all of that stuff with your approved commissions as well. When you do the cash out offers, when the second they're approved, that will get added to your approved commissions instantly as well. So if you were to do $50 worth of cash out offers, that will move to your approved commissions. And we are working currently on a system that we hope, if we are able to finish, you'll be able to then use that entirely to purchase any future upgrades as well. So you'll be able to apply credits. Let's say you're on the monthly billing for Pro or Elite, and you have $70 in approved commissions. You can say, apply my $70 towards my membership, so my next month's payment is only $30 for Elite instead of $99. So we have all that stuff that we're working on as well. This is going to get awesome. It's going to keep becoming more and more awesome as time goes on. And I will also stop talking so much in all of our webinars because all of you guys will be so well versed with this stuff that we won't need to explain this. This is going to become a very viral, common thing. Suddenly, everybody's going to hear about the COM, which is the cost offset model. Everybody's going to know about using this kind of drop shipping systems and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Awesome,
Okay,
Jeffrey. Awesome.
Okay.
And don't
Will there
forget to
be
stay on for
Pesa
the.
and solid trust pay?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was just going to answer that quick. No, we do not plan on having Pesa in here. We will actually have the ability to accept payment using solid trust pay though, because it's going to be a part of iPayout. So we're going to have ability to receive payments in many different ways.
Do you guys see the attendee list right now?
It's amazing. It's amazing. And and I want to real quick, Karen, Catherine, Wade, Ronald, Benjamin. I just want those. They just popped in here in the last like couple minutes. So I just want to welcome you guys. I mean, I see there's so many people rolling in here right now. It's amazing. But welcome to the family. You guys are going to notice that we do webinars. Roger did a webinar last week where he was just like, you know what, I want to bring all the members out and I just want to go through and let them, see how I go about doing all my listings in a 2-hour marathon webinar, and we record that stuff and we're putting it in the back office for you. So the amount of training that you get in here, the ongoing training, it's not just a bunch of videos that can make you money. We also do live webinars with our members that you'd only see if you were in here. By the way, Sonny, welcome to the family. And so it's amazing what we're able to do. And I don't see that anywhere else. There's nowhere else where another company can go, hey, I know you're drinking our juice product. We're going to do a webinar on how to drink it better and make money doing that. What? That's crazy. But we do webinars on, hey, look, I want you to pick my brain. I want you to sit here right over my shoulder. I want you to ask me questions, and I want to make you more money right now, today. So we believe in giving our members a raise every day. Every chance we get to give you a raise and put more money in your pocket, we take it. So just awesome stuff.
Okay, and people asking about webinar replays. If you're an active affiliate, when you go to the link and promo tools section, you'll actually see that you can use these previous webinar recordings. If you want to share our webinars, this webinar for tonight will also be shared in there. Also, if you want to refer new people to the webinars, for other live webinars, you just use this link. And whenever we have live webinars like the one tonight, they will be tagged to you just like we had people tagged in this webinar. When people go to the sign up page, you'll be able to do that as well. Okay, so we have all of these things already in place. It's funny, again, it always blows my mind because this is the kind of stuff that it takes traditional companies 2 years and hundreds of complaints before they actually will even try to implement stuff like this. And we have all of the stuff in place like already. We've had it in place since forever.
James, welcome to the family, my friend.
Okay, and Terry, I'm going to send you this video so you can actually watch the video to understand the whole system. Which one should I send?
That first webinar link, Hitesh, was the first thing that when the first webinar we had where we were like, hey, we were just a couple days old and we're going, hey, who in here has made money even though we've only been doing this for the last 48 hours? And it was ridiculous, the response that came back. So
Yep. Here, so I'm going to give this to Terry to watch. That's actually a really good webinar to share. If somebody wants to know, they want to understand, they missed the webinar, they kind of like, I want to understand the whole system, I don't know what it's about, you can go ahead and share that with them, and it should do well for them. Okay. Where's Terry? There.
we got a good question on capture pages when we have those available.
We have them available now. That's actually, I was not sure if I was going to be on this webinar tonight, because I was actually working on them while the webinar was going on, but I actually got finished with most of it. So I'm going to go ahead and show that to you guys actually if you want as well. So what this Market Extreme thing does is you can actually generate lead generation funnels for yourself here. And then when you drive traffic to those pages, let me show you an example of this. What's going to happen is it's going to automatically rotate different opt-in pages. It's going to rotate different styles of pages and different codes as well. So let me show you how this whole thing works. When you fill this out, it's going to give you a link. It's going to say, use this link. This is your link for generating traffic and generating leads. Okay. And I'm going to put in a test link up here. And I'm going to okay, so here's one of the test links. Now what's going to happen is when you drive traffic to this yourself, it's going to constantly change the template designs. It's going to change the pages for you. It's going to actually, and here's the fun thing about this. You can see we have very dynamic pages, fun pages that no other company has. We do all of this ourselves. But what's going to happen is when any lead is generated, when somebody fills out the form, it's going to go to your get response or Aweber page, and it's also going to go to another list where we will follow up with them on your behalf as well. Okay, so we actually have, there's a whole marketing engine that we didn't even talk to you guys about yet. So if you're an affiliate for this and you're like, I want to know how to promote this better and whatnot, and I kind of touched upon how your job is nothing but to show people this part, which is, here's how you use eBay. You're basically leveraging these massive marketplaces to generate an income for yourself. You don't need to go and become a huge seller yourself. Don't become a salesperson yourself. If you're not a good one, if you're a great one, like Big John or somebody, then go for it. We don't want to be in your way. But here's what happens. When you generate a sale and somebody joins Pro, they automatically get put in this giant campaign. And in this campaign, we're going to do constant webinars with them. We're going to follow up with them. We're going to show them more videos. We're going to show them case studies where they'll receive an email that will be like, hey, XYZ just made a $38 profit on a single sale using this product in Elite. And then they watch a video on how they did that using Elite. And that's the idea there. Now, what happens is when people see that video, they're like, oh, this is stupid. Why am I spending my time making a $7 profit or a $15 profit when I could be making for $40 profit or $50 profit? So they go ahead and they upgrade to Elite. Now, once they go to Elite, they automatically get switched to a completely different campaign. And we are able to do text messaging follow-up with them. We are able to do webinar follow-ups. We are able to do email follow-ups. We are able to do voice broadcast follow-ups. We have all of this capability already built in, where we are going to be doing that on your behalf already. So whatever you are doing, keep doing that. But in addition to that, we will also be trying to help convert more sales for you. And it's going to keep changing this on autopilot. So when they get Elite, it's going to switch over to Unleashed. When they get done buying Elite Unleashed, we switch over to Monopoly. And again, I want you to understand, we are not trying to sell them into stuff. This is purely sharing content. It's kind of like how I was sharing with you earlier what we have here, what the COM thing is, when I was sharing with you what the different models are here, what the different methods of selling are. We are basically educating them. And because we are such a logical and transparent system, anybody who gets educated about it tends to join it because it makes sense. It makes no sense not to join it. So people will do that. And these sales automatically get credited to you. So these are, once a person is in the system, they are credited to you, they are attached to you, and they're always going to, whenever they upgrade, they're always going to get that commission added to your account. Okay, so we have this engine already in place. Now, in addition to this, the Market Extreme thing, here's what it does. The Market Extreme thing takes care of the very first step, which is lead generation. So the lead generation is all about, now you guys typically would have to struggle with generating traffic to a squeeze page or getting leads from there and then converting those leads into buyers. What we are doing here is we actually give you the lead generation pages, and then you start generating traffic to it, and then we convert that traffic into leads on your behalf, and then you can follow up with those leads and we can follow up with those leads, and when they purchase Pro, they get put in this whole system. So this whole marketing engine, this whole marketing campaign is run for you on autopilot. Now, the only problem that you will see here at this point is that the only point of failure that most people would have is the traffic part, right? That's the one big struggle that everybody has. How do I get traffic? And here's why that is a struggle. There is a finite amount of traffic out there, and there are only so many ways to capture people's attentions. Okay, so the way that we go about this is we say, okay, like everything else in DS Domination, our aim is to make this as easy for you as possible. So here's what we're going to do. Not only are we going to give you the squeeze pages and the whole marketing system and follow up on your behalf and educate you on it, we'll actually give you the option to directly purchase traffic or leads. So you can go in here, you can purchase traffic packs, or you can purchase lead packets and say, I want to generate this many leads, or I want this much traffic generated to my page. And we will then send that traffic. We will send that much traffic. Let's say you wanted to have 500 visitors sent to your page. We will send 500 visitors to your affiliate page, where they will become leads, get added to your list. We'll see the sales videos for Pro. They'll purchase Pro, and then we'll follow up with them and all that stuff. That'll all be done for you in Autopilot as well. So this is in addition to all the stuff that you guys can do and are doing yourself already. So see this as like this extra bonus, and you can take some of your commissions that you generate or some of the CPA offer income that you generate, and you can use that to just purchase traffic or leads directly within our system. Now, if you don't see this in your members area yet, that's just because we haven't gotten around to activating it in your members area. You're going to see you're going to see this in your members area fairly soon, and then you'll be able to activate this Market Extreme back in there. And like I said, Market Extreme is also a commissionable product. Before we do that, we're going to send out an email. We're going to explain the whole thing to you guys, so you'll be able to be prepared for this and get going on this once we're ready. Okay? Are you there, Kevin or Roger?
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm going through some, just looking at some of the questions.
I was reading your make your screen bigger. It looks like that was an older message. Is my screen small?
Yeah, that was way back.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. That was at like 3-minute mark into the webinar.
Kevin's asking about Unleashed. Yes, Unleashed is a one-time product, so once you purchase that, there's no ongoing with that.
No, but Kevin, these are different products. Buying Unleashed does not give you access to Pro and Elite. What Kevin is asking, there's another Kevin, not the Kevin on the call, but the Kevin in the questions is asking, if I get Unleashed, do I automatically get access to Pro and Elite? No, you don't. Like I said, these are all separate standalone products. These are different products. These are not upgrades to the same product. Elite is not an upgraded version of Pro, and Unleashed is not an upgraded version of Elite. They're all separate individual products. So if you want to buy Unleashed, you can, but that doesn't give you access to Elite in here, okay? And if you want to buy Monopoly, you can, but that doesn't give you access to other stuff in here. But like I said before, take your time going up the ladder. There is no rush. It's more important that you do this right than you trying to do this fast. I know the instant gratification is one of the sales points that everybody likes to do, and I don't like to do that one at all, because instant gratification does not build a lasting business for you. So do this, take it a step at a time. This is not a race to see who can build the fastest business. This is a race to see who can build the most profitable business. So focus on making a profitable business, not a quick business. So get Pro, go through that training, start using that training, and then get Elite, go through that training. And then at that point, if you're like, you know what, this is awesome, and I'm ready to go, I'm going to go right to the Monopoly part, go to Monopoly, okay? But do this a step at a time. Don't try to rush through this. We are not such, I don't know what word to use. I was going to say we are not such heathens, but that kind of sounds weird. But we're not so after your money that we are like, yeah, upgrade. We are more about do this properly. We want you to see success. We want you to see results. We don't want your money if that's not going to result in success for you.
Well, I'll tell you what this is, because I do a lot of coaching. This, for 99.99% of the people on here, is the first legitimate shot you've probably had in your life where by the end of the year you don't work for somebody ever again. I'm not talking about lottery tickets or you got a real cool part-time job or you got your degree. I mean, we all expected we got our degree and we worked a little bit, and then we didn't have to work for somebody anymore. Or we'd pick up a part-time job, or we do an investment or something, and well, that didn't work out. And here is something legitimately, by the end of the year, you don't work ever again. So if you spent 20 years working now, a few months, no more. If you spent 10 years working, or you're a little younger, 5 years working, you don't understand what the mud is that you're going to go through for the next 15, 20 years. But here's a chance, your best chance you've probably seen in your life, to never, ever, ever work for another person again. And I proved the model 10 years ago and 35, 40 pounds ago. And it just works. It just works.
But see, here's the thing. Roger has an extra 35 pounds. That doesn't mean he needs to go join a weight loss company, though. That means he needs to do DS Domination and take that money to buy some weight loss equipment or weight loss stuff. He doesn't need to join a company to do that. So I don't understand when there's a company built around a fad like that. Like, oh, we're in the weight loss industry. This is a massive industry. Okay, it's a massive industry because people are buying stuff. But guess what most of those people are buying? They're buying stuff on eBay and Amazon. They're not buying all the stuff from other companies. So it's funny to me. You guys have no limitation here. Let me address this one thing. Right in the beginning of this webinar, somebody said, well, what about 300, 500,000 people later? Won't eBay get saturated? Let me answer that for you. 10 years ago, when Roger started doing this, do you think there were more eBay sellers or less eBay sellers? Absolutely, there were less eBay sellers. There are 500,000 more eBay sellers today than there were 4.5 years ago. So the number of people selling has gone up, but the profitability has also gone up for two very simple reasons. One, the number of products that are coming online every day now is going up by the day. There are approximately 21.5 million products on sale currently on Amazon alone. We cannot saturate that. If we had 1 million people in DS Domination, everybody using only Amazon as a source, and everybody was selling by themselves, each of them would still be able to list 21 unique products to themselves that would not be overlapping with anybody else. So the whole idea of will it get saturated isn't really true. The other reason that's not really true is we are not selling products on eBay that nobody else is selling. The products that are being sold on eBay right now for a profit are still products that other people are also selling. That's just how big the market is. That's just how many people there are. We know Walmart is a huge competitor. We know Walmart does a lot of sales. Does that mean that every other company and every other grocery store has shut down? Absolutely not. This sometimes stems from a very limited understanding of economically how a free market operates, and the internet is very close to a free market right now. At least until the government finally gets into that and passes some bill or something about it. But it's very close to a free market at this point. And you really have no dearth of niches and products and methods that you can get into and start profiting from right now. And as this goes on, it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Right now, I'll tell you guys one thing. We are only primarily, when we're talking about eBay, as you know, majority of that market is US based. That's really the market that we're talking about. Amazon, we're talking about really US market as well. There are a couple of things that we're actually working on right now that we are hoping that we'll be able to release in a couple of months. Just a moment. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just saying in a couple of months, we're planning on releasing some stuff which might drastically expand that market base by itself. So to think of this in very limited sense isn't really right. You can't think of it in terms of, well, if there are 50 other people selling on eBay, my profitability goes down. No, it doesn't, because those guys can list the same products that you are listing already, and yet there are buyers out there who will buy from you and they will buy from them. So it doesn't necessarily hurt you. Do you think when a new author is published, all the other authors can't publish their books anymore? No, there are more books being published now than before, and there are more books being sold today than before, despite all the competition from tablets and e-readers and so on and so forth. So all of that is really, one day I hope to do a webinar about the political and economic ramifications of the decisions we make in the online market. But I won't get into that right now because a lot of people will enjoy it, but a lot of the other people will be like, okay, this is going too long. So we'll wait on that. A new consumer is born every minute of every day. Well, technically, it's roughly about 10,800 new consumers are born every minute. So But yes, your point is true. A new consumer is born every minute. Okay. Can this be outsourced? It can be outsourced. We don't necessarily recommend outsourcing, especially in the beginning. But we actually had a gentleman on a webinar day before yesterday, and he had actually outsourced some of his business, and he's currently doing close to $8,000 a month just from the eBay sales alone. So yes, it can definitely be outsourced, and we are working. We're going to release a whole module on outsourcing as well, but we don't recommend that at this point. It's very easy to get burned by outsourcing. They might not do the job properly. That'll demotivate you. They can steal your eBay account, and that'll hurt you. Or they can actually mess around with a lot more stuff in there that you don't really want to risk right now. So we're going to do a whole training on that as well. But at this point, we recommend, especially if you're new to this, just go and watch the training, do it yourself, and then later we'll work out the outsourcing and finding trustworthy people to do it with.
And that guy we had on, he earns a six-figure income at his job, and now he's earning a six-figure income on eBay. So even if you're doing very well, I don't think you can beat this model. You can't get much more lazier than this. I just think
yes,
the perfect model. Of course, I'm biased.
The perfect lazy model.
Okay, so Kevin had another question about when you sell like this, does a person get an invoice from Amazon instead or get an invoice from somebody else instead? And does that kind of tip them off, and does that leave a negative feedback? Now, I'm going to have Roger answer that in a little more detail, but let me begin by answering that, which is the accounts that Roger showed you, the ones with 99%, almost 100% feedback on them, are all using this method. They're all using stuff like this. So will there be an occasional customer who will actually get upset about something like, oh, my shipping came in an Amazon box? Very rarely, yes. But that's not going to be bulk of the buyers that you get. That is what is going on right now, and that's going to be completely fine. And regarding the invoice itself, I don't believe that an invoice is always included either. So, Roger, do you want to explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, you'll get trained in detail on that. An invoice is not included, and then if there'll be a gift section box to check to make sure it's not included, and then if there's not a gift section box, that's because Amazon themselves are actually drop shipping it from another vendor themselves, and the other vendor has a contract not to include that invoice. So you're completely protected with that. And I'm seeing a lot of questions like saturation and stuff like that. For me, I don't try and hypothesize the future when it comes to making money. I just kind of use logic. That would be stock market stuff. And the logic is these guys have 100% feedback. If the training says to call up your customer and swear at them, well, that's what you do because that's what everybody else is doing. They have 100% feedback. So the logic of it just kind of delves out that it all works. You just have to take action is all. Just take the action.
Okay, Steve wants to know, can the listing process be automated? And yes, here's how much it can be automated. You still have to actually put the information in there, but it can be automated beyond that point. Now, let me explain some of the automation in place already. When you make your listings the first time, you actually put them on auto renew. So going forward, they're going to automatically renew. Okay, so you want to have to keep posting new posts every day to actually keep the profit level up. So your older listings that you make will actually keep auto refreshing as well. So you're actually going to keep building up on the business that you already have going. Okay, so that's one of the big factors why you don't have to worry all that much about how do I keep up with this. The other thing is that you can automate. There is some software ability to do that, and we are actually working on including some software within Pro and Elite membership that allow you to post automatically both on eBay and on one other location that we're going to show you, which will help you make money even off of Google searches. So we are already working on things like that. Anything that we can do to make this more profitable and easier, we're going to do that. But in the meantime, right now, it's literally as easy as copy pasting stuff over. So, I mean,
yeah, that very question delves out that you've heard of some sort of automation software, and I'll tell you, I've seen it all. We'll have the absolute best. Buying some sort of automation software, what happens is all of a sudden you just have a list of Amazon items on one screen instead of toggling back and forth, and that's what you pay for. And then you have to edit the title and you have to upload them and everything else. But we have some serious hands-off stuff that we're rolling out. So I caution against going out there and trying to explore software from other people.
Yep.
There's a good question here about what about the 10 listing limit on eBay?
Sure, I'll grab that as well. eBay was wide open, and then when Donahue came in, the new CEO or whatever his title is, he wrecked the market. No, just kidding. He put some restrictions on where brand new sellers, so nobody gets in trouble and somebody doesn't come on and list a bunch of items and steal the money. Sometimes, probably about 15-20% of the time, we'll have a 10-item seller limit. And what you can do, I'll use the word circumvent, but that's not the right word because you're not doing anything wrong. What you can do to circumvent your situation is you can sell in other categories and have multiple eBay accounts attached to one PayPal account up to 9 accounts. So you put up 90 listings. By the time you put 90 listings up, the first account is aged at 2-3 weeks, and you can call in and get that account's limits increased with the seller vetting video that I have in place, and then keep doing that over and over again. And in no time, again, by the end of the year, you won't work anymore.
Lancelot is asking, will he be able to do Monopoly? He is in Jamaica.
Jamaica. I think you just want to say Lancelot's name again, Kevin.
Yes.
Yep, that's pretty much why I picked that answer, that question.
Lancelot in Jamaica. Lancelot, let me look into that. I had a question from a gentleman earlier today on Facebook. I'm not sure if it's the same person. He was actually in Georgia. His family is in Jamaica that I'm just doing a little bit on. Kevin, if you remind me, I'll do a little research on Jamaica.
Awesome.
And Brian has a suggestion. Have your girlfriend call in, or your wife, or have them call in, and they'll up your limits to 100 listings and $5,000. And Brian is actually right about it, because they kind of, if you have a woman who calls in and says, hey, this is my account, can you please lift the limit on it, they're a little more receptive to that. Just like if I called in, they're kind of like, okay, Indian guy, there's no way. We just reduced it to 1. You don't have any ability to sell anymore. But if Kevin called in, he's like, yeah, I'm an Air Force sergeant stationed in Japan and stuff like that, they're going to be like, oh, you're awesome. Here, put 1,000. So that's
why I make all the phone calls for Hitesh.
Yes, exactly. We actually have a joint number. I'm going to be changing my name to Hitesh Hokwana.
You guys do jokingly make a very good point. eBay, they don't have a rule book in front of them on this. It's all how polite you are and what you say, and I actually have a video on that. There's no, you've been in here 6.2 days, so you can only have this amount of items, and whatever they tell you, I have the training on. They might say, call back in 3 weeks, and I'm going to tell you to call back in 1 week, and I tell you what to say, and they just lift it. It's very flexible.
Cool.
Except for Hitesh.
Yeah, don't make a support ticket and ask me to call on your behalf. It's not going to help you. All right. Well, do we have any questions that we have missed in there, Kevin? Unfortunately, what happens is we get so excited because when there's as many, we had hundreds of people on here, and we still have hundreds of people on here.
Yeah, 80% are still here.
I know, it's awesome.
That's crazy.
What happens
Why
is
aren't you listing on eBay?
But when we get questions coming in, there are so many sometimes, and they kind of like bump each other up and down. So we sometimes miss some of the questions in the middle. So if you missed a question, it's not that we are ignoring the question or something like that. There is no hard question. We love people asking us hard questions because it proves how transparent and wonderful the system is. So ask us any tough questions, but if you miss it, it's because we aren't able to, we sometimes miss it. Okay? Okay, I don't know if you covered this, but do we pay taxes to the IRS? Well, Jeff, that depends on if you're a conservative. No, I'm kidding. First of all, yes, that is actually a question that's not worth asking. Everybody pays taxes to the IRS. Some way or another, everybody pays taxes, okay? Now, this is a business, and any profit that you generate in the business is considered an income, and you have to report that income and pay your taxes on that, okay? Just like any other business. If you were selling digital products online as an affiliate, all the profit you receive is considered your income. I believe PayPal gives you a schedule, they call it the Schedule K, that lists your online income with PayPal itself, and you're supposed to file a Schedule K that lists all the income made online. So you'll be able to just use that and make your IRS stuff with that. And they make it very easy. PayPal does do a very good job of organizing it for you and be able to do it very easily. But yes, you do have to pay to the IRS.
Here's a good
restoration or block if you have any.
Here's a good question. Is there certain places where we may have issues? My friend lives in Bulgaria, but she has a U.S. address and bank account. She wants to join, not sure what to tell her.
Send her your link. You're good to go.
Yep.
Hey guys, are there any specific eBay questions? Wes has been texting me and calling me for like he's on the webinar, and he's got a whole group of people that'd like to meet me and join, I guess. So I was going to make a quick phone call to him, unless there's any specific eBay questions that I have to grab right now.
Okay. I don't see a lot that we would need you for. There is one person who just said, Kinsley just said there's a specific eBay question. And so I'm just waiting for her question to come in. But I think Kevin and I can answer most of the questions. So go ahead. You're free to leave.
Okay, I'll say goodbye, and Hitesh will cut me off several times. So I'm just going to quickly say
I'm going to be
night.
very patient. I'm not going to cut you off.
Oh, wow. I can do a good one. No, good night, everybody. Thanks for being on here with me, and these guys will continue to answer your questions. And it's a pleasure, working with you and growing and changing each other's lives. Thanks.
Awesome. And sorry,
God, he's gone.
Yeah, so, I know. Now we can do the real webinar.
Yeah, let's get it started. Now you guys really want to make some money. No, but we got someone that they signed up for Pro, went back and signed up for Elite. Those are two separate products again, so just getting Elite and getting Pro, that was the correct thing to do. You are fine. And I will check into it for you, Wade. Make sure.
Yep. And let's see. Does eBay have a limit to number of listings per day or just per month? They actually have a gross listing limit on your account. Okay, so that's not a per day or a per month. Like they'll say we have limited you to 10 listings. Because your listings will auto renew. But like we covered earlier, you just need to call them up and say, hey, you're legitimate. They basically just want to know that you're a legit person. That's really all it is. So when you call in, you'll be good to go. Does Amazon also ship most of its items to Canada, and would the buyer have to pay custom fees? Okay, yes, there are actually some opportunities where you can actually ship stuff into Canada, and including the custom fees, you're still able to generate an income because you can actually invoice and bill in a way where the customer actually pays for that, or you can even put the profit margin in there like that. There are actually a few specific products that Roger and I have talked about just recently that you can do that with. But they are few and far in between, and you do have to be really careful about doing that, because you don't want to get in a situation where the product that you ship gets held and you get charged the custom fees, and if the customer doesn't receive it on time, Amazon will actually refund their money. So you'll be out a lot. You don't want to do that right away. If you want to really understand the whole process, you want to go through Monopoly, and it covers all of those things in there. And if some of it is not clear to you yet, then send in a question, and we will actually do some of those videos, and we'll make it clearer. Okay. How long before PayPal lifts the 21-day limit? Okay, now in some cases, roughly 35 to 45% of the cases, so almost half of the cases, if you're a brand new account with a brand new PayPal and very limited history, they're going to put a 21-day limit on your account where they say, okay, you got the money in, but we're not going to release the money to you until a little later. Okay, so they say we're going to hold the money for 21 days, and they do that again because they're very sensitive about there being a lot of fraud. So they don't want this to be a fraud issue. Now, that's very much a normal thing that's kind of expected. So there are a couple of things that you can do. First of all, you can bankroll it for a time, and many times if you're doing enough volume with them, I would say roughly about 50 sales in a month. If you're doing something that kind of volume and you don't have any complaints and you have a good rating, you can call them in and they will lift your limit. They will actually do that very readily as long as they know that you're doing the volume, as long as they know that you're legitimate. Okay, but be careful, understand, don't act really mean to them. When you call them up, you need to actually be on their side. Okay, you're not fighting with eBay. It's not eBay that's trying to hold your money back. They just have to, because there's enough scam going on out there that they have to do something like that. So be very kind to them, be very polite when you call in, and usually they'll take care of you like that. Okay. Also, the other thing that happens is sometimes they'll hold the money, and they'll hold the money because they're not sure if you are legitimate. But if it's especially a higher volume, like it's a high volume cost, like it's something like that's for $300 or $400, if you can furnish proof that your item has shipped and they have received it, then you can actually call them and you can say, hey, look, I have evidence that they received it, and they'll release it very quickly then as well. Okay, so all of those things are viable things for you. But usually a lot of people, I know, they'll just go ahead, they'll just bankroll it. So they know that they have, $1,000 in PayPal, so they don't mind purchasing $1,000 of, or $800 worth of product on Amazon, because they know that they have a $200 profit coming in here soon. So that's how a lot of people do it. Again, like I said, though, you can start really slow, start small, do only what you can afford, and over time you'll be able to build that up. Okay, do you need to have an upgraded PayPal account or not? Kinsley, I think I missed your question because I see that you're asking me what about your question. So can you go ahead and post your question again? And then let me answer this question. Do you need an upgraded PayPal account? When you first start out, we suggest you use a Premier PayPal account, not a personal. You don't want to use a personal account. Use a Premier PayPal account. And we suggest that once again, you start building up a volume, get an LLC and get a business account. Okay. Then, okay, so Kinsley want to know, listing in eBay is different now. Can you? Yes, we will. If anything has changed, we'll go ahead and update the videos, and we actually just did that recently. So we'll go ahead and make another update if needed. And maybe we already did it, but we don't have the new video updated in there, and so on and so forth. So we'll take care of that. Don't worry about it. Can you make an INC? Yes, you can. You can use an Inc. You can use an LLC. You can use whatever you want, as long as it's a legitimate company. Is this approach okay with both eBay and Amazon? Yes, this approach is okay with both of them. This is not okay with Amazon if you're using their Prime shipping. So if you have a Prime account with them, that's for personal use. You can't use that to drop ship and get free shipping on that. If you want to get free shipping, there is a way you get free shipping on $25 stuff. You'll be able to get that. You can do that without a Prime account. It is in the training, and you can do that without a Prime account, but you can't do it with a Prime account. Okay, do we charge the buyer sales tax because Amazon charges tax on some items? No, that's actually your actual cost. You actually calculate everything out. This is again in the training. We're going to make a profit after all the fees included from eBay and all the tax included from Amazon. Okay. So we're going to do that after that. So you don't need to worry about that. We include that in the calculations of when we're going to post a product for sale. Okay.
This is pretty awesome. And
sorry.
I'm sorry. Good.
Okay. Well, Wade was just asking. He said, "Okay, I have my welcome email. How do I send my link to all the people? I have several people who are waiting for my link." Okay. So Wade, here's what you're going to do. Okay, just watch my screen. What you're going to do is you're going to log in, and you're going to go to the affiliate section. Okay, it's going to tell you right up here, it's going to say affiliate status active or inactive. If it's inactive, you're going to click on inactive, and it'll show you how to activate it. You're going to go ahead and activate yourself as an affiliate. Then you're going to go to the link and promo tools page. Let me log back in. Okay, I'm sorry. What happened is, when we started the webinar, it was light outside and it became dark, and I didn't get off the computer to turn the light on, so I can't really see my keyboard. That's why I typed my password.
You need to get a Mac so you'll have the backlit keyboard.
PCs have those too. I just find that to be, I don't know. I have this like thing
It's
where
wasteful.
I feel something's a waste of money. Yeah, so I just don't get it. But and you'll find your link right here. Wait, so you'll go in here, you'll activate yourself as an affiliate, then go to affiliate, link, and promo tools, and you can use your affiliate link right there. Okay?
And you guys can scroll down on that page too. If you scroll down on that page, there is a video that'll explain that.
Yes, there is a video right here. Okay.
Go get them, Wade.
Are there any eBay restrictions on those who live in the Philippines? There are some PayPal things with those who live in the Philippines. There's actually a training in there for international users. So refer to that training first. And then when we get a sufficient number of users from a particular country, like actually Philippines is one of them right now. We're getting quite a few users now from Philippines. What we'll try and do is Roger will look into the whole process for that particular country, and if he can find some specific information for that country, we'll include that in the training. Okay. Okay, will you send a 1099 to earn over 600 as an affiliate? Yes, actually, what's going to happen is the reason you don't see the 1099s in the members area and all that stuff right now is because we haven't done our first commission run yet. The first commission run is going to happen on the 15th. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to see this thing that will appear in your affiliate area, and the affiliate area is going to say suddenly tax forms, and you will have to fill out that form, and then it'll activate you, and then you'll be able to receive the payouts and all that stuff as well. So don't worry about that. It's just going to show up in your affiliate section soon. So don't worry about the affiliate stuff quite yet. How do I go into the login? Okay, so Wade wants to change his name to Jay. Here's how you do that, Wade. You just go to affiliate and you go to personal profile. And in personal profile, you'll be able to edit that, and you will basically fill the information out, and it'll change your address and stuff. Or name and whatever you want to change. You can change your email as well. Will there be a support department? There is already a support department. If you go down here, you'll click on contact us, and it's going to take you to the support desk. And on the support desk, you can ask questions by submitting a ticket. You can go through the knowledge base and get all that stuff taken care of.
And Jeffrey, for the Networking Insight Legacy training, that's actually going to be going away. There's been so many updates in here. DS Domination is really where you want to be. We're closing down that other portion and all the training from there. It's all been redone here in DS Domination.
Okay. And yes, Bruce, you can send attachments to support as well. What will happen is, let me just show you guys. When you choose to submit a ticket, see right here, you can attach files in here. You can select your category here and priority. If it is urgent, let us know, and then basically attach something in there. Is there a tool to keep a track on Amazon's price? It's coming. We already have in plans already, so yes, you will actually have that in place, so you will be able to track in real time your prices on Amazon. I'm currently actually working on quite a few things. We have a few different softwares already done. We're just waiting to integrate them in, and we're going to do that right after we take care of some final things like the cash out offers. We're rolling that out. We are rolling out the market extreme in people's members areas. Once all of that is rolled out, then we will start releasing all the software products as well. Okay.
And just to clarify on the Elite and the Pro, for those memberships, guys, they're separate products. All of our products are separate. So if you upgrade to Elite, you're still enrolled in the Pro.
Right. And you know what? The best way to think of this is that these are not upgrades. Okay, it's not an upgrade from Pro to Elite. This is not a different level of the same product. They are two very different products. Okay, so there's a Pro product for $19.95 a month, and there's an Elite product for $99 a month. They're not related to each other in the sense that one is an upgrade of another. So this, you can have both Pro and Elite active at the same time. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of questions that we didn't really miss, but I think we just are seeing them over and over.
And Patrick asks, does everyone need to have Pro? If you have Elite, guys, since they are standalone products, Pro is the first product. Second product again is Elite. If you had Elite and you didn't have Pro, that's that's perfectly fine. You don't need both of them. Just keep in mind that if you are going to refer anybody, you don't want to miss out on that commission for a Pro level.
Is there any items that do pretty well for new sellers? Brian, all of that, like the suggested niches and all that stuff, it's really an under pro. And there really isn't a thing like products that do well for new sellers, because if there were products that did well for new sellers, all the new sellers would do them, and then they would not be good for new sellers anymore. So they are kind of different like that. Okay.
And Reggie's asking about Aweber and GetResponse. For those of you who know about Aweber and GetResponse, he's asking about the marketing extreme. The marketing extreme, when you get that one time, that covers the course. Aweber and GetResponse are independent outside of that. We just happen to be able to link to them to generate you your leads onto GetResponse and Aweber. So if you're if you're a marketer, you'll have training back there on how to use Aweber and GetResponse, and there'll be some more options rolling out as well coming down here in the future for different autoresponders. But yes, Aweber and GetResponse are their own independent companies. We're not affiliated with them or anything.
And Reggie, GetResponse is a free trial for a month. So if the cost is a factor, then go with GetResponse, because you don't have to worry about the cost on it. There won't be a cost on it. Aweber has a $1 trial as well. So again, understand something, that you can pay for all of the stuff out of the incomes that you'll already be making. Okay. Will you be adding other autoresponders like GVO? Yes, actually GVO is one of the ones that we are already going to be working on right after we finish some of the stuff that I already mentioned. What is the difference between traffic and lead? Okay, traffic is people coming to your page. Okay, so if there are 100 people who landed on your page and they saw your page, that's the traffic. But a lead is somebody who landed on your page and then they filled out the form and became a lead. They showed interest enough to put a name and email in there or something like that.
And Rose, the Amazon products and what you can sell with free shipping, go into the pro training. Let me see. I believe it's covered in there. I'm going to find the video for you. I want to say it's in the first 1 to 5 modules. I'm going to dig this up for Hitesh. If you have any other questions you want to answer while I do that.
Yes, let me answer another question from Wade or Jay, whatever he's going by today. Okay, so do you still get commissions with Elite? And can I cancel now Pro? Well, here's the thing. You can cancel Pro if you have Elite, okay? But if your aim is to promote DS Domination as well, if you're going to be promoting it and you don't have Pro, then you don't get commissions on Pro, okay? So if you're going to be promoting the affiliate program, then you will want to keep Pro active, and it's not going to eat massively into your profits or anything like that, because your first 2 sales really pay for that already. So since I know you're looking to promote this, I would keep Pro. But if you are somebody who has used Pro, you have swallowed all the information, you're like, you know what, I'm awesome now. I don't think I need Pro. I don't need the webinars with Roger regularly. I don't need the updates coming in there, and I don't need the software in there, because remember, the software in there will be tied to Pro users only. then you can, say, yeah, I don't need Pro, I'll use Elite and Unleashed instead. You can do that.
Yep, and we also keep in mind too at every level we do have webinars specific to people at those levels, so pretty cool. But also, Rose, it's module 11 in the Pro that goes over that shipping from Amazon and touches all on that the $25 which you had in the question.
Okay. Okay, so Michael, let me explain this one part. Michael wants to understand a little bit more about what happens if you make a sale but you don't own the product. Okay, so here's what happens, Michael. Let's say that you you are an elite, you have Pro, but you don't have Elite, and then you refer me, and I come in and I purchase Elite. Well, what happens is you will lose the commission on Elite, right? Which would have been $49.50. I'll just say $50 for the sake of simplicity. So you just lost a $50 commission because I purchased Elite and you don't have access to it. But I am still there as your referral. So next month, in the next billing cycle, if you upgrade, if you purchase Elite, then what will happen is by the next billing cycle, you will receive the commission of $49.50 in the next billing. So you're not going to lose me as a person. The whole thing, because a lot of companies, what they do is it's called passing up the sale. So what would happen is if you did not have Elite and I purchased Elite, they would have passed me up over you to somebody else who did have Elite. And I think that's unfair. I actually think that's actually wrong, because if you referred me and you're the one who made all the effort to bring me into the company, and then I get passed up to somebody else just because of a monetary difference, I think that's actually wrong, and I think that's borderline illegal as well. So I don't believe that's right. So that's why we make sure that I stay in your downline. You will still receive commission on me the day that you qualify for it, and that's the only main thing here. And now, of course, with Unleash and Monopoly, again, I stay in your downline, but this is not a monthly product. So once you lose that commission, you've lost it. But there is something else going on there too. If I refer somebody else down the road who purchases Monopoly or purchases Unleashed, you still will get the second tier, third tier, fourth tier, fifth tier commissions on that as long as you qualify for it. So down the road as well, even if you miss a sale, even if you miss the commission on one sale, you still should consider upgrading. You should not upgrading, but purchasing the Unleash or Monopoly if you're continuing to promote, because eventually not only are you going to make money on the sales you make, but you're going to make money on the sales generated by your downline as a whole. Okay, and that is beside the point, which is the main point, which is Unleash and Monopoly by themselves are really worth the $249 and $500 price points. You can actually do a whole lot more with these two to generate your $500-600 back than beyond just the promotions itself. Okay, so not just as an affiliate, but even as a person who's using it, you can do a lot with that.
Yeah, pretty much any product in here, guys. To be honest, for those of you who are on the customer side of the house, and the affiliate side for that matter, every product in here, if you were to get into the Pro, I mean, at $19.90, $19 a month is not a lot of money to spend on a product, but you're going to get your money back out of that by doing what's in it. Monopoly, you're going to get your money back out of that. When I say back on that, I don't mean like if I, get it for $500, I'll be able to make 500. It's going to be tenfold. So every product the way we priced the products, it was really priced on, okay, if somebody buys this, are they going to get their money back fast? Are they going to be into profit and be insanely excited that they bought that fast? A lot of those snapshots that we showed you earlier from people who are making money, a lot of those guys are just pro. They were just at the pro level. Now, if I were to just get the Monopoly, when we do a webinar for just Monopoly, the folks who are in Monopoly, when we see snapshots out of that, obviously they're much bigger. It's, hey, I made $1,000 this week. I made, $1,200. I mean, the amount of money to be made with the different products it's insane. So the cost that we put on these is very low considering what you're going to be able to make if you do them. And Wade, there's a question, DS Domination Pro or DS Domination. If you go to that, there's no link to log in. If you go to dsdomination.com and scroll all the way down, there's a little tab at the bottom that says members area. If you click on that, it'll take you over and you can log in.
Yep, right there. in the footer. Okay, and then Daryl, we just answered that a little bit ago. I think you missed the answer then. But Daryl wanted to know how long does it take before PayPal stops holding the money? Um, like we were discussing before, you can call in and ask them to lift it. Once you're doing about 25 to 50 sales a month, you can actually just take they'll lift the limit very easily, but you have to call in. They have to see that you're a legitimate person, and they have to see some feedback on you. They have to see that you're doing all right. Um,
Yeah, in the off chance that they do that, typically it's just a phone call. Oh, we just want to verify you're a real person, right? That's all they're looking for.
and yes, Ernest, you'll be able to use this webinar to promote. You can use our previous webinars to promote as well. Um, let me go back into the members area. So all previous webinars and all future webinars as well, you'll be able to use to promote them. If you go to the affiliate area and go to link and promo tools, you can use the previous webinar recordings, and then we can actually post this one in there as well. And then for our future live webinars, you can send people here. They'll automatically be registered for our next upcoming webinar. And when in that webinar, just like in this webinar, we said, okay, you've seen the power of this. It's ridiculous to not go with this. It's ridiculous to not sign up for this. Here's where you go, dsdomination.com/sign up. And when people do that, they'll get credit to you, even for future webinars.
Yep.
All
Now
right, sorry.
I would say this when it comes to sending people and introducing this to folks, I would definitely send them through the original link. Hitesh, can you go back to the page real quick? So this is the strategy I would use, guys. Either one, get them right on a live webinar. So the bottom link is for live webinar registrations. Or two, and this is first contact, send them straight to the DS Domination sales page. Let them see that first. That puts a cookie on their computer. And so doesn't the live webinars. That puts a cookie in their computer as well. The webinar registration links, the two in the middle, are really there for follow-up. So, hey, they've seen the sales video. Let me go ahead. They've got questions. Let me show them one of the webinar recordings. Okay, so that's how I would do that. Most definitely. And you know what, guys? I want you guys. I want to say thank you to Hitesh for being on here. He's got so many things going on. He wasn't going to be able to make it out tonight. He probably doesn't even have time to be here. But here we are. Here we are, 2 hours and 34 minutes in. Most of the people are still here, and he's with us, helping us out. So thank you. I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good stuff. And do we have any people that are on here that are looking to get started that haven't started yet? I just want to see who's left because we've seen so many people coming in.
And that, by the way, guys, is the reason that we might have missed a couple questions, because that's literally, as you can see, 1,532 questions.
And I think we just lost Hitesh.
That's actually gone. So.
Oh, there we go.
Actually, and you know what, you guys can see right here as well. This is an hour and a half into the webinar. We still had almost 500 people on the webinar. Right here, you can see that we had right about 800 people on the webinar even when we began.
Troy says, I almost didn't get started, but then my brain clicked on.
That's awesome. But that's so true though. That's happened to me so many times in life. It's like you just don't do something for a while, and then suddenly it hits you one day that I really should be doing this. I don't know why I'm not doing this. It just makes so much sense.
It does. And Troy, when did you start? Two days ago. How have you been doing? Doing great. Have you listed any items yet? Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Okay. Let me answer a couple of things. let me just point out. So here's what's been going on. I've had one person on here. Okay, so Nure just wrote saying, I just did get my first sale during the webinar. Okay, so this person just made a sale during the webinar itself. And then we have Nicholas who just wrote in saying, I'm actually fulfilling orders while I listen in. This is awesome. This to me so
This is
beautiful.
why we do it, guys.
Yep.
This is why we do it. You know, we to be honest, Hitesh and I both we were like really tired of building organizations and building teams and companies and selling stuff, and you know the vast majority of the people not making money. You know, so we were sick of it, and we kind of froze for a little bit, to be honest. We hit a point where it was like you couldn't get us to promote anything, you know, any business opportunities because we knew people would fail, and so here we are, guys. You know, we finally have something where people can sit there and make money, and actually make money. It's ridiculous. You know, you look at any organization in a traditional network marketing company, and they'll have thousands of people that aren't making money. In fact, T. Lamont said it great. He was talking about how 98%, I mean, I know it's a number, but 98% of $1 billion company and the reps hasn't made more than $10. 98% of the companies that are out there, people don't make money with. And here we are on a webinar, 2.5 hours in, and there are still people saying I'm making money and I just got started. That's ridiculous, guys. And I hear Roger in the background. So you back, huh, Raj?
Because I'm back.
All right, time to go. Let's shut down the webinar.
Yeah, let's out of here. We're out of here, guys.
Good. Now we
All
do
right,
the real webinar.
Sherry, regarding your question about what can you do about negative feedback, there is actually training in there that deals with negative feedback. There's also training that deals with what to do in case of a refund, how you can actually make money off a refund. So there is that stuff in there as well. And actually, maybe Roger, do you want to specify which specific module it is where that's covered?
Which one? You had two questions there.
The one about negative feedback.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's module 8 or 9, and negative feedback. You know, when I would get it, I had a personal account manager when I was doing 1.2 to 1.8 million dollars in sales. Her name was Susan, and Susan just existed at eBay. You know, for my calls, my account was her only account, and I would call up, and you know, sometimes her hands were tied, and I would be devastated. It seemed to always happen on a Friday when I was going out to dinner and stuff like that. I'd have to cancel my weekend. It seemed like, but then I realized it really didn't matter. First, it was so rare, but it didn't really matter, and here's why. What I teach you to do is respond to it so amazingly nice that the buyer looks like a jerk. So the buyer will come on and say, and it's extremely rare, like, this took 5 days to get here and I need it for a birthday party. And then you come on, it's like, I am so sorry. I put in my listing was going to be this long and I really apologize you didn't see it. And I feel so terrible. And then the next buyer comes along, it's like, wow, this person's so nice. That buyer's a jerk. And they buy from you. So it's really a non-issue.
Okay, what about the states like Connecticut that does not allow Amazon to do business? What if an eBay customer lives in Connecticut, for instance?
What if an eBay customer lives in Connecticut? I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question. I don't know of any restrictions where Amazon can't.
Yeah, I think you're
He's
referring
referring
to
to
Affiliates, yeah.
yeah,
What you're referring to is a
sorry.
cashback program that Amazon has, and where if you're an affiliate and you recommend people to Amazon, you can get cash back, and that's not allowed in certain states because Amazon had an argument with your government, and your government tried to tax Amazon, and Amazon said no. So it's a totally separate thing. Amazon's allowed to deliver anywhere they want.
Yep, they can deliver. You just can't be an affiliate in that place, or you cannot participate in their cashback systems. That's it. You don't have to worry about it. It does not affect this drop shipping system at all. And then Okay, Jeffrey, how do we move people from basic list of leads to a buyer's list so that they're not bothered by receiving the same messages? Um, well, one, you can set up some automation systems in there to do that, but you would have to kind of do that manually. And here's why: a lot of people, the email that they use for their um, leads, like when they sign up for something, is different from the email that they use to buy for stuff. So you will have to do that kind of manually. On our side, we have campaign level tracking where we will move them from being a lead to being a buyer to being pro elite, whatever they are. But on your end, you'll kind of have to take care of it manually, which isn't really that hard, because a lot of the times those people will unsubscribe or remove themselves from more messages, and many times they won't even care that they're getting the promotional messages, because they're just going to use them themselves for their own emails out going out to their subscribers. So usually they don't even care, they don't even bother, they're not bothered by that, so don't worry about it too much.
And Clayton, congrats on getting unleashed.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Just during the webinar, we have had all these people like posting, I just bought this and I just bought that. it's
Yeah,
it's it's awesome seeing
it's
that.
exciting, and it's really exciting is not that they just got it. I mean, that's just getting something isn't exciting. It's exciting because tomorrow, when they start getting into that training, and then next week when they come out on a webinar and we're like, hey, how are you guys doing with your training? We're going to see Sonia's income going from I made $50 today to I made 300. So it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I love seeing when someone upgrades and then I write their name down and next webinar they come on, they're like, yeah, I'm doing this much more. It's like, man, you're doing that much more just because you're using the training. So I love it, love it.
By the way, just to let you guys know who are affiliates and who are looking to build, webinars are the place to promote. Honestly, promote the webinars that we do, because our webinars are honestly the things that really appeal to the average person, because they see that we are totally different from everything else that they've heard. They see that the models that we have in place and everything else is really, really working for people. Even right now, like we get so excited because we see all the people who are posting in real time. Yeah, I'm doing this right now. During the course of the webinar, I just made sales and all this stuff. That's what's so exciting. And actually, Jeff just wrote in saying, I just got 40 new people added to my team since this webinar started. Okay, that kind of a growth
Wow.
that's within 2.5 hours. Okay, that kind of a growth in any company, even big companies, is like people would like that would be their biggest testimonials for the year. For the year, they'd be like, look at this guy, he just got 40 people in his team. We just got in the past 2.5 hours. We are not even focused on turning this into a big, massive, let's recruit people. We're not doing that at all. But we are so transparent and so real, and it just is so common sense that it appeals to people. And to me, that it just kind of is weird. Why would people not promote this? This is to me really, this is like a way of rescuing people out of where they are, and getting them into something that's actually legitimate and real and going to change their life for the better. Um, I can't imagine now ever, after being on a webinar like this, if I wish I had attended a webinar like this, I could never imagine promoting a company with juices or lotions or something like that, because it makes no sense. Why would you try to get somebody to buy that stuff and then try to turn them into a salesperson for it, when this is so common sense? Now, getting off that high horse for a second, here's one beautiful thing that's going to happen. We are coming up on November. Okay, starting in November and December, the buying on eBay and Amazon goes crazy for the
Oh
holiday
yeah.
season. And that is the time to really, really promote them, because everybody is going to be hearing about it. People are going to see ads about it. I actually, earlier today, I was looking into a method that I might be able to actually advertise on Amazon for DS Domination. Can you imagine people going on Amazon and seeing an ad for DS Domination saying, make money by selling what you're buying from Amazon? I think that would be crazy. So I'm exploring a lot of options about that as well. There's other stuff about our marketing we haven't discussed yet, like retargeting campaigns and stuff. If you refer somebody and somebody signs up, or they don't sign up, they just land on our site, they're cookied into you, but they never purchase, we're actually going to follow them around. When they go to Facebook, they're going to see a DS Domination ad. When they go to read a news site, they're going to see a DS Domination ad. When they go to YouTube, they're going to see a DS Domination ad there. We're going to basically follow them around, because we know that they have seen it before. We know that they're probably going to be interested in it once they're hit with it enough. And then we're going to still kind of follow up with them using emails or follow up with them using whatever other method we need to. So we have a whole beautiful marketing system in place that is really going to blow this up for you. Okay, Didi, I'm trying to find your question. Um, I'm trying to do my sign up. Yes, you can sign up using your business name. That's not a problem at all. All right, Didi's off.
And Jeffrey, can you do me a favor, my friend? Can you let me know when you make let me know once you're in there and you make your first 5,000, please. I'm gonna send you my email real quick. Just please hit me up when you make your first 5,000. I want to hear it, buddy. You're awesome. You're awesome.
Okay, Rebecca, let me answer your question real quick. No, that's actually not true. All the stuff that we showed you, the screenshots that we showed you, you see the people who posted in here. Um, I just sold a product, made $6. I've sold 8 items in 3 days, made $10 in my first 2 days. Successfully sold 4 items in his first 2 days. These are all brand new eBay accounts, most of them, not all of them, but vast majority of them are brand new eBay accounts. These are not guys who have been selling on eBay for months or years. They literally just joined DS Domination a few days ago. They went through the training. They started copy pasting stuff over. By a few days, I literally mean a few days, like 3 days, 2 days, 5 days. And that's what they're doing this with. This is not with old accounts that have a high reputation or feedback score already.
Troy Agri says, I have a friend who made $700 his first month with a brand new account.
Yep. This is really, you're only limited by how much you're willing to put in. And by how much, I don't mean how much money, I mean by how much effort you're willing to put into this.
You know what's crazy?
We have people, guys, that are having eBay listing parties. We had a post that they had an eBay listing party, and their 2 kids have made, and their young teenagers have made like $800 already this month towards college. I mean, come on, crazy.
You know what's funny is like most like a business opportunity webinar or something like that, they'll come out there and they go through their set presentation and then they're done. They're like, oh, we got to go, we're out of here, and they don't pull the chats up and show you what's actually happening in chats because they're getting yelled at, and they definitely don't stay there for 3 hours to kind of hang out with the folks that are on their webinar. You know, we love this stuff, guys. We love this stuff. We just want you to succeed. So we want you to make money, and we want to be kind of the doorway to help you get there. That's it. And we know we have something that'll work, obviously.
Yeah, get on your next webinar with another company and demand to see the chat box. Yeah, that works out for you.
have them ask on the chat box how many people are new here and have made money, and then have them show that. Not happening. They'll be like, oh, I'm in debt $4,500.
All right. I kind of need to get going, unfortunately. I have a lot of updates to do for DS Domination, and I have some stuff to take care of for tomorrow as well. So I really need to get going. I wish I could be on here longer, but like Kevin said, I wasn't even scheduled to be on at all. But like Kevin said, we just love doing this. So I just kind of had to get on here. So I kind of need to get going, but I think Kevin and Roger are still going to be on here. Maybe a few minutes longer and answer anything else that's left. I don't know if anything else that's left, but we've answered nearly 1,700 questions now, and I think that's a lot of questions to answer. But I need to get going. It's been really, really wonderful to be on here. I appreciate all the kind words and appreciate all the wonderful stuff that people have put in here. And then we will talk with you guys, or I will talk with you guys soon.
All right, I think that's a wrap.
Oh, I'll stay on all night and defend what you guys said about me when I get off.
You'll defend what we said about you, or you'll defend yourself against what we said?
Well, I called West and he said, "You hear those guys? Now they said the webinar is going to begin." You're like, all right, I'll be back. That's no problem. Let's do a training right now, baby.
It's funny you knew we were going to be here too.
All right, guys. Thanks for everything, and thanks everybody again. And I won't sign off. That'll be Kevin. Go.
Guys, gals, I'll tell you what. One more thing. One more question. Rudy, can you sign with DSD without a sponsor? Let me ask you this. How did you hear about getting on this webinar? Whatever mode you heard it, if you saw it on a Facebook post and you clicked on it, however you came to see it, please find that out. It's very, very important to us that whoever put you on here gets credit for that and can help you build your eBay business, and so that's very important to us. But except for
Learn
that,
how
guys,
you can create an online income by leveraging two of the largest online stores, Amazon and eBay. Click on the link below. Get started today.
out.